What is up, everybody? How's it going? How's it going? I know Tim and Mike B were in here earlier. What's up, Joe? How's it going, John? So we're just kind of hanging around, seeing what happens. It's kind of calm out right now, so nothing too crazy with the hurricane in my area at the moment. Well, we should get some more bands coming in now. So how y'all doing tonight? Go ahead and go over here. I sent some hold on, I sent some invites out, so we'll see if anybody pops in. So I don't know how long we'll stay live for. Depends on how lively, I guess, this live stream will get. Oh shit. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry, Bill. I didn't see you or Trevor in the chat because the StreamYard chat is not updating. So sorry about that, guys. How's it going? Let's see what Coast to Coast has got over here. Ooh, got a nice. Let's take a look at this. A nice satellite photo. Pretty cool. Got Franklin out here. Is it Adele? Adele, right here. Yeah, she's a pretty big storm. She's moving in. So I don't know if they categorize it as a Category 3 yet. I haven't checked it in about last hour or so. I kind of just been hanging out in the bed. How's it going, David? So yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that, Bill. That was a pretty cool animation. Actually, Joe's been doing really good at keeping me updated. Yeah, I don't think they did. Yeah, Joe's actually been doing a good job keeping me updated. He's a little bit more, let's just say he's been around a lot more of these storms than I have, so he's been kind of watching a lot of it and uh, sending me messages a messenger. Maybe we'll get Tim to pop in from work. I don't know yet. Like I said, it's a Tuesday night, so I mean, we'll see. And I kind of started the live streams a little late, but I will go ahead and let me pull this up. Kind of just show you outside of my house. See if these cameras feel like they want to connect tonight. I don't know what's going on with the StreamYard chat, but it is not staying up to date. And I think Dominic, I don't know what Dominic's up to, but I sent him a invite. So as soon as I can get these cameras pulled up, I'll kind of just give you a visual outside of the house here. We can do that. If anybody wants to pop in that I didn't send a link to, you're more than welcome to come in for a minute if you like. Hang out for a little bit. See if I can get these stupid cameras to pull up. And we're not wanting to connect today. Plus, the web version for the cameras is a little funky. Here we go. So, as you can see, it's pretty calm out there right now, but it keeps coming through. Like, it's super cloudy out. But about every once in a while, the winds will pick up. It'll come through, rain like crazy, and then it just goes dead still again, which it seems to be at the moment. So, What's up, Rod?
Quit sending that rain my way, damn it. No, it was only that one little storm that went through. That's it. Rain
Oh,
for 15, 20 minutes and it was over. Not even any wind, just rain.
what's up, Dominic?
I hope the
Yeah.
background noise isn't too bad.
Let me check your thing real quick. No,
My
it's actually not bad at all.
my
Oh,
ears
good,
hurt. My ears hurt. Turn it down.
good. Because I'm in for about half an hour, 45 minutes, and then I'll just drop back into the chat while I do something.
Okay. What's up, Drone Days? How's it going, man?
You know, we got one guy in the community for sure. Well, actually, probably two that we kind of need to be concerned with. One was on a little earlier, Jack Rabbit, Scotty, who's
Mm-hmm.
in Tallahassee,
Tallahassee, yeah.
and then isn't Adrian in Gainesville or around Gainesville?
I'm not sure his exact location.
I think he's around Gainesville, which means yeah, they're gonna get bumped pretty good.
Drone Days, I'm not. I'm about, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour east of Tampa, so I'm not that close to it.
Well,
They're getting a little rain. One more band decided to sort of break off from the storm a little bit. It's coming up the west coast, so Tampa's getting a little rain at the moment. That's actually not a bad thing. That's kind of what they need because they've been in drought conditions over there in the west coast, apparently. So, ironically, the more rain, the merrier. Just not the storm surge.
Yeah, it's a little close. At warp best, we'll get probably some tropical winds and stuff. Could be damaging, but not overextensive. And
You know,
our lakes are
yeah,
low anyway, so
in 3 hours, there'll be like zero chance of any strong winds for you because it'll be north of you.
what's up, Doc Murdoch? How's it going, man? I ain't seen you in a minute. Oh, I seen you over on Bill's show, but I ain't
yeah,
seen you
yeah.
over here.
That's the last time I saw him over on Bill's.
Ken Dono is in Spring Hill, Florida, south of where it
Yeah,
was
oh, that's
big
right.
landfall.
Ken's there, but Tampa's
Looking to
not
see
getting
some
hit
heavy.
near. Bottom line is, unless you live, and I have some coworkers, or one coworker was down in Fort Myers, and they had a problem down in Fort Myers, and the problem wasn't the rain, the problem was the storm surge. So literally, unless you live in an area that's really close to the ocean, that's prone to storm surge, even in the Tampa area, yeah, this storm is not going to be anything for you.
Well, like I said, we're kind of low on water anyway because it hasn't been
Yeah,
raining here much. So
yeah. Western
if any,
Florida is in drought conditions at the moment.
if anything, it's just going to fill our lakes back up where they need to be.
Yeah. So actually, we probably need it to rain a bit more than it has rained out of this thing to help Western Florida. But unless you live right along the water, where you're going to be impacted by the storm surge, yeah. So far, this is not been much of anything. Now, anywhere up in the Big Bend area, when this thing finally comes on shore, oh yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, they said the hurricane force winds are only about 25 miles out from the center, so it's not too far.
You know, and that tends to be the case, and that's what most people don't realize about the ones that get really strong. Though those really strong winds get in closer and closer and closer because that's how they spin that fast. So it's like a Cat 4, Cat 5. It may be 10 miles across. That's the bad stuff. And you get a little bit further outside of that, and it's like, sure, it can most definitely still be damaging, but it's not probably going to be. You come back and there's nothing but a pad for your house kind of damage.
I posted a short earlier just of the bus pulling up during the rainstorm while it was raining at like, I don't know, it was 3, 4 o'clock. when we first got the little bit of rain. Then it's already gotten 1,000 views in like an hour.
Yeah, you get rain about 4:30, and I got it about literally that same little cell about 2 hours later up here in Daytona.
Mm.
The exact same cell that went through you.
Well, I'm assuming Ken probably left then, because I know
I don't know
most
where he
people kind
lives.
of.
I don't know if he lives that close to the ocean that storm surge would be a problem.
Well, I mean, if you have the means to get up and leave, you might as well do it.
Mm.
I
I mean,
guess.
if you don't want to take the chance, I mean.
Again, you have to live in one of those low-lying places where they ordered them to evacuate because of storm surge. If you're outside of the evacuation zone, yeah, you're pretty fine.
And I would highlight comments, but the stupid StreamYard chat froze again.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, I swear.
That doesn't mean and I don't mean
Frozen.
take the storm lightly in any way, shape, or form by that comment, but the risk, at least all of these that are sort of being grazed, the risk is literally the water at the coastline
There's
is the risk.
there's a link if any of you guys want to pop in. He said that he's only about a half mile to a mile from the coast. So yeah, he don't live that far inland.
Depends on what his elevation is there and whether storm surge has ever been a problem in there. You know, if he's at like 4 or 5 feet elevation, then yeah, he's in an evacuation zone, and yeah, you should leave. End of story. Because they were predicting 4 to 7 feet along Tampa.
Dennis, what's that? The guy for Florida, the
Oh,
meteorologist.
that's right, Bill. Bill,
His
the drone
name's
reviewer, is over in Tampa too.
his name's Dennis. I can't think of his last name, but they were showing at one point they were showing like 15 to 17 feet of water surge. I was like, Jesus. But then they said it went down a little bit.
That is up in the Big Bend area. The NHC was showing, I think 8 to 15. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, whatever. That's that chart.
No, I don't think
That's the
that
warning.
Dennis doesn't live in Florida.
Who?
No. No, he's in
Dennis.
Georgia.
Yeah,
Love
Georgia.
Lady. He's just south of. No, I think he's north of Atlanta. Maybe he's
No, I
south.
know
It
he's in
drives. It
Georgia.
drives because he goes up to Lake Lanier. Okay, so live update because I
Yeah,
have a friend.
that was at Cedar Key. Yeah, they're saying 11 to 17 feet.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's
exactly.
fucking crazy. That's some crazy water surge right there.
17 foot. Okay.
Oh, Dominic needs a conversion. Hold on. What is that?
Okay, and my friend who lives on the bay, he's like they haven't seen anything.
What do you need it in
here in Tampa
meters?
Bay.
Yes, please.
Yeah, he probably needs it in meters.
Meters.
Where the hell
That is 5.18 meters.
It was over, a little bit over. I thought just 6
Yeah.
off the top of my head. 518.
Where is that stupid?
I don't know,
Yeah.
Drone Days. Ed pops in every great once in a while. I mean, every great
Yeah.
once in a while. I don't see much Ed around anymore.
Mm,
He pops into some chats every great once in a while, but that's about it.
just over 5 meters, yeah. Shit.
Yeah, that's bad.
518 centimeters. Jesus. Yeah, you got me on that one. Mm.
Yeah, I
Yep.
can't find that. I can't find that map now.
What's up, JSK?
Hello,
How's it
Leonard.
going, man? What's up, Leonard? No, he is about an hour from St. Augustine. He should be okay if he's in St. Augustine. That's on the
Hmm.
Who?
west. That's on
Who?
the East Coast. Ed, love my drones. St.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Augustine.
yeah. He's up in St. Augustine.
He
We're
should be
not,
okay.
and we're not getting much rain. The problem with St. Augustine is St. Augustine's got a lot of low areas, so if there's a lot of rain, they flood really bloody easy. But there's been,
Hey,
as I
Dan.
can testify, because I'm only a half an hour from him, um, very little rain.
What's up, Wayne? Dan's in
Quarter
Temple Terrace in Tampa, so
quarter
he's.
inch to half an inch.
But I think he said he's about 20 minutes, 20 miles inland or something. I think he said 20 minutes or something. So
Yeah, the two that are probably in the scariest spot is Jackrabbit, who's in Tallahassee,
Hmm.
and they're gonna get sideswiped by the eye probably.
TJ's
And
down by West Palm. He'll be fine.
yeah, he's down by Miami.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
And then Adrian, I swear I'm down. Adrian's around Gainesville. Gainesville,
Hmm.
not gonna. They're
I
probably not
read
gonna get sideswiped by the eye, but they're gonna be pretty damn close because they're gonna get some bump. They're gonna get bumped pretty hard in
I read that
Gainesville for
wrong.
sure.
Drone days. I've seen Dan's peeping video, prepping video. I read that wrong.
For some whatever reason, I can't find
Uh,
the
that was
flood
mainly on the coast from like
chart.
Tampa up, Doc. Inland isn't too bad. It's mostly just like tropical storm winds. So you're looking at probably 30 to 80 mile an hour at best.
You know, my friend lives on the east side of the bay, and he's like, they haven't had nothing for winds yet.
It keeps
Nothing.
coming in spurts here. It's a little wind, and then it'll get real dead silent, and then we'll get a little wind.
Hmm.
Like it started getting a little breezy outside a few minutes ago.
You know, as a guy who lived in Fargo, North Dakota for like 10 years, 30 mile an hour is like, okay, whatever. That's just like a
That's
breezy
not
day.
that bad.
That's a breezy day in Fargo. You know, a normal day in Fargo is like 15 mile an hour. That's a normal day in Fargo. That's kind of a calm day. A breezy day is 30. A windy
Oh,
day is 50.
oh, in Southern California when I lived out there with the Santa Ana winds, I mean, 40,
Oh
50
yeah,
mile an
yeah,
hour was really
yeah,
nothing. That was pretty common throughout the year.
yeah. It is up in Fargo, North Dakota too. That's why it's called the Great Plains. There's nothing out there to stop the wind. It just comes over the mountains and keeps on trucking. So
It's
when
like,
they talk about some of these winds, I almost kind of laugh because it's like, man, go to the other parts of the country and wind speed of that, and they just go, okay, yeah, it's a windy day.
Dan said he's just now, they're starting to get the bands up there.
Oh.
Let's see here.
Tim.
Well,
Let's go to
Justin,
clouds.
if I read
Yeah.
this right, let me share this. Share screen. Let me find the right damn screen. Oh, I hate this thing. Microsoft Edge tab. Yeah, that one. Holy crap! So this is the wind history so far on this thing. So the orangey is tropical storm force,
What's up,
which
Tim?
is 30, 39 mile an hour. And then the red is hurricane force. So far.
Oh, yeah. Santa Ana winds through the Cone Pass. Yeah, those get bad. Those blow semi trucks right over. You're not lying about that, Doc. I've seen that
Yeah,
plenty
that's
of
for
times.
sure. Yeah, that's for sure out there. So, anyways, Justin, it doesn't look like you've had tropical storm force winds yet. It doesn't look like we've had tropical storm force on shore yet.
No, at best, the wind earlier was maybe 15, 20 miles an hour. It wasn't super bad.
Right, and that was probably a gust, not sustained.
No, yeah, it was only for about maybe 25 minutes or so, if that, and then it quit. And then it just got dead silent, and then it picked up again one more time, about 30, 40 minutes after that, and then it stopped, and it's kind of been silent since. It had a slight little breeze early, about 20 minutes ago or so. But like I said, it was just a slight little breeze. It was nothing.
Yeah, it's got papers.
Yeah, Cajon Pass
What printer are you
is
using?
scary to drive down with those.
Make sure you
Because
select it very
Doc
quickly.
is from about the same area I am in California.
Let me stop sharing. Where's the stop share button?
It should be down at the bottom there.
Yeah, hang on.
Oh yeah, and this is the height of the hurricane season too, Dan.
Mm.
So, what is it? August and September is the height of it. That's usually when you get your worst storms.
Mm.
I'm just glad Franklin didn't hit us, man. That storm ramped the hell up.
Mm. Yeah, our cyclone season doesn't start for a while.
Which is
Tim is pretty much in the, yeah, I
he's
think
in
it's
there.
November.
He's
I
in
think
the
it's
high
November.
area for getting hit.
Yeah. Yeah, Tim and Matt will be in the firing line.
Oh yeah. I've been through there so many times too, Doc, growing up. What's up, Lambo?
Hey, Brett?
Oh, dude, I would love to go professional storm chasing on tornadoes. Oh God,
wouldn't
that would be
be great?
with some actual professional storm chasers. That would be fun. I'd love to do that.
Get yourself
Especially,
an M1 Abrams.
Yeah.
oh yeah, you seen that hurricane car that they have?
Mm.
And it puts the things down on the side and then it stakes itself in the ground and they'll actually drive right in front of the damn tornadoes to try to get data from it.
Mm.
Like I said, an M1 Abrams, it'd be great. You wouldn't have to stake nothing down. That thing's 70 tons, and no tornado is going to pick that thing up.
Yep. TIV. Yep. You're right, Chris.
Or for that matter, just go out and buy an old M60 Patton tank.
I don't. Yeah, I've always wanted to do that though. Was go storm chasing.
I'd
It's
love to do that, but I'm too far south of anything exciting.
I mean, if you wanted to go legit like tornado chasing, you definitely would want to come to the U.S. for
Exactly.
sure.
I'd love to.
Well, and unfortunately, the U.S. has like I guess it's just our location in the globe, but we have like one of the most volatile weather patterns in the world.
Mm. Yeah, because
Like,
you've got the heat coming up that way and the cold coming that way.
yeah, we get some nasty weather in the U.S.
Mm.
Dominator converted F-350 truck into
Yeah.
a bulletproof beast. Yeah,
Oh, yes. That sounds good. Yeah, but I think you're trying to drag me over there.
honestly, as many people as you and Matt know that you converse with on the internet, it would be better for you guys to come over here to visit.
Yeah.
You should come to the South Florida drone meetup next fall or next spring.
Oh, we'll see what happens. I've
April
just got
6th.
to, yeah. If I had the money, I've just got to, save up, and
Well,
it's very possible.
for some damn reason, it's super cheap for you guys to fly over here and back, but to go the other way, it's like fucking 3 times as much.
Hmm.
It's ridiculous.
It's cheaper to go to India in first class than it is to go to Australia in
Coach. What's up, brother Ken? How's it going?
Okay.
It's the whole
It's not that
Qantas
far.
thing.
Who supports the storm chasers? I do. I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
If I had the ability to go up there where the hurricane was going to hit, I'd go up there if I had all the right equipment and shit.
Yeah,
And
I
had
didn't
a
see those
staging area.
guys. I didn't see those storm guys on YouTube yet. I swear I had them on subscription.
Got to get into like a get into like a parking garage, set up a base camp.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. They're on Severe Studios.
I've been to my last following the rules. Next time we got to hang out. Yeah, you're right, David. But we found plane tickets when we were just browsing for Tim that one day. We were just kind of casually browsing. We were finding them for like 800 to 1,200 bucks to come this way.
There, I
But
just put
Yeah,
the
but
link in the chat
but
for
if
you.
you were coming to Australia, there wouldn't be any direct flights, would there? Because what's the closest airport to you? Because you're not
The
anywhere near
direct flights
Miami.
are out of LAX.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you'd have to
Yeah.
go from your airport in
To
Florida,
LAX.
LAX,
Yeah.
and then LAX to Sydney, and then Sydney to Brisbane,
yeah,
or
I'm not
Sydney to
sure.
Melbourne. You can do LAX to Melbourne.
Yeah, I don't think there's an LAX to Brisbane.
Yeah, you either got to do Sydney or Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Because I know there's an LAX to MEL.
I don't
It's
know if there's a San
QF93,
Francisco.
QF94.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a San Francisco flight that
Well,
goes to. Wow, if there is one, it probably only goes to Sydney.
Jody.
what's up, Bill, Jody? Well, Doc,
Because
I
then you'd
wouldn't be
have to
like,
go from because you'd have to go from a domestic airport
Yeah.
in Florida, because you're not close to Miami, are you? Yeah,
No,
because you'd have to go to a
Yeah, you
domestic.
still have to. You still have to go to LAX. So
That's what I mean. LAX out.
yeah.
like Doc, I wouldn't be standing outside the car doing a rain dance or nothing in it. But I'd like to ride in a car and go see some tornadoes up close.
Anyways, Justin, that link I put in the private chat. That's the storm guys. Oh yeah, they get their cams up. You look at it. They have multiple. They have multiple live cams. They take these things out and strap them to like telephone poles and signs and buildings and stick them all over the place. And they're self-powered. I literally saw one go underwater one time. We were looking at it. It was still running. It was underwater.
There's
to
the
a
link in the chat if anybody wants to check it out.
It was stuck to a pole about 8 feet up, and it went underwater. It was one of them in Louisiana. One of the storms in Louisiana. Love these guys because they literally go out
Yeah.
and they have a few people, and then they take out all these cams that they have
Or
and
I don't know
stick them
who
up
that
in
is.
different places.
Hold on, Dan. Let me find. I don't know who that is. Storm Chaser, I guess. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about right here. This was the car I saw right here. Because what it does is it lowers. It has like fins that come down and create like a base around it, and then these big ass stakes on hydraulics come out and it stakes it in the ground. And then they have all this
That's a
like
cool
weather shit.
vehicle.
Yeah, they have all this weather shit on it, and they'll actually park in front of tornadoes.
Not surprised. They built their own tank, so to speak.
That way they would. I don't know how powerful of a tornado that thing can actually sit in front of, but that's pretty cool though.
I wonder what the gas mileage is on that thing.
Oh, I'm sure they had to.
2 miles to the gallon.
I'm sure they had to do some serious upgrades of the motor and stuff because I'm sure that's a lot of weight on that thing.
Oh, for sure.
It looks like it's a Dodge of some sort. I don't know if. that'd be really cool to do. I don't think that's a Ford F-350. It said Dodge on the steering wheel and on the front of it. Lambo.
What's up, Dominic?
Oh, well, I'm just about to head out, unfortunately.
What
I had to go 12 o'clock my time.
was it time for groceries?
No, because I've got to go meet a friend for lunch.
Ooh,
Hold on a sec.
So I'm going to
Let me
drop
guess.
out.
let me guess. Chinese? You guys going
All
for
right,
Chinese?
Dominic.
The what?
You guys going for Chinese food?
No, pub food.
Oh.
Oh,
I hope it's tasty pub food.
Oh, definitely. I'll share photos on Facebook for you.
all right. Well, you have fun there, Dominic.
Yeah, I will.
Enjoy.
And if you're still going in an hour or so, I might return.
All right.
Take care.
Later. Yeah, they actually have this particular vehicle in
This
GTA
vehicle. The
Online.
Sherp is an ATV that anyone can buy. However, it's not cheap, starting at over $100,000. But it can go over anything, and it can even float on water, meaning you could use it as a boat if you wanted to. This is all possible through the onboard air system, which allows you to inflate or deflate the massive tires to accommodate whichever terrain you're crossing. Would you buy one? For more car content, follow me.
Oh,
This
hell
is the
yeah.
world-
I'd
But
totally buy
they're
one of those.
expensive. They're expensive.
I mean, 100,000, that's expensive, but that's not completely out of the reach of some people. Probably if you were like a serious off-roader and explorer, that would definitely be the vehicle to have right there.
Oh yeah.
Katrina hit East New Orleans with a 25-foot storm surge. Areas where my sister lived only had foundations left pillings over 20 feet elevated. It was not enough. Oh wow. Okay, let me look at that. Let me read
Oh
docs.
yeah, Katrina. That was hard.
I'm a hot rod. I don't think I'd be anywhere near a tornado without an M1 Abrams at 80 tons because a semi truck is 40 tons and it can be tossed like a
Oh.
torn. Well, there's actually been trains that have been derailed by tornadoes, and them fucking things are heavy. I don't know what the weight is on those, but there's been locomotives thrown off tracks.
And I think a tornado probably could throw off an M1 Abrams, which is one of the heaviest tanks we have.
Well, they're trying to redo.
I heard
Oh.
there's some sort of new truck or something from the military, and it's supposed to be a. It's not. They say it's not really a tank.
Well, they're
But it looks
redes.
very tankish to me.
No, they're building a new Abrams because the older ones they keep adding all these protection packages and different add-on packages to it, and it keeps making it heavier and heavier to the point to where it's not really sustainable because it's
Yeah.
getting too heavy. And so they're actually designing one. I think it's called the what is it, the A2 or something like that. But it's it's got like a lower profile, and it shaves off like 20 or 25 tons.
That's a big. That's big weight loss. That's not just 25 pounds. What's up, FXG?
I didn't get the picture, Joe. I'm looking in Facebook, and I don't have on Messenger. I don't have anything, so maybe it hasn't gone through yet. It could be your internet. I'll check here in a few minutes.
I know some of the cell signal lately has been. The network today has been off. I've sent texts. They didn't go till like 2:00.
I'd totally take a tornado and a Sherp. Just saw my first electric Hummer. Dude, I saw those electric Hummers, and those things, massive ass batteries. They take forever to charge.
Did you
Modern
see this?
locomotives weigh between 100. Yeah, because there was actually a locomotive just recently that got thrown off the tracks. I was watching a short, and they were talking about it got thrown off the tracks by a tornado. Right, and that makes sense why that vehicle, that Dominator that we were looking at, that explains why it has the fins that come down on the side. All right, let's see what Bill's got here.
What's up, Bill?
Oh, the Abrams,
Bill?
that's what it was. So this is the new Abrams tank here. Like I said, it's because the newer one has, or the older one has become so heavy that it's getting really hard for the military to be able to actually
Yeah.
move vast quantities to conflicts.
Someone suggested this is the smart M1 Abrams. I would not be surprised
According
if
to
at some
information
point
published by General Dynamics Land Systems on October 8,
they
2020,
try to do a robotic version of it.
the next generation American made main battle tank.
Well, one of the best designs they ever did with the Humvees, a lot of the armored vehicles and the tanks, was putting the remote mounted guns on there, because that keeps, then you don't have to have somebody standing outside of it that's vulnerable to getting hit by a sniper, or just
Oh, yeah.
running up on the tank and shooting them. Because if you ever
There's
watch,
also a hatch on the front there and right below the gun.
yeah, if you ever watch Black Hawk Down, that gives you a really good indication how bad it is to be standing up in a turret. Because in that movie, it shows a bunch of guys getting, shot as they're driving down the roads trying to get out of there. Yeah, you're on my Facebook. Remember, I was messaging. Oh wait, never mind. I thought that was Bill that was put that in there. Hold on. I'll put my link to my Facebook. Give me a sec. I'll put it in the chat. I'm on Facebook. Yeah, I'm not sure if I have you on Facebook either, Doc, because I got a lot of people on there. But that should take you to my Facebook there if you want to throw me a friend request.
I bet if you put in your name,
Hmm.
you get a lot of people with the same name.
Pretty much you can think you have a unique name and go on Facebook and you'll find at least 5 other people with your name.
So a while ago, I looked. There's also a director in Hollywood that did. Do you remember the show Jag?
Yeah,
From
I never watched it, but I remember it.
One
What's up,
of the
JD?
producers also had the same name as my dad.
Yeah, I got a lot of people on my Facebook. I think I got over 1,200 people on there, so I don't even know if I got Doc on there or not, to be honest with you.
Tim.
If I don't talk to you on a regular Messenger, I probably won't even know I'm friends with you.
You got IO, information overload.
Pretty much. What's up, Tim?
Well, in another 51 minutes, we'll have the latest update.
Only a little bit best rabbit raspberries out of my cheeks.
Hey, Bill, did you clear the room?
I've had a Facebook shit for over 10 years now.
You know that thing has still not moved to the east.
Most of the meteorologists I were watching were saying that it was pretty much heading in the same direction, kind of on the same course.
Right now,
It's been going straight north. It's been going right up to 85 westing longitude.
It's
Let me
gonna
check
go
now.
It's gonna go up towards Tallahassee, Florida.
Oh, I got him now, Joe. They finally came through.
It
So-
may go in right there by Mexico Beach, like Michael did, if it doesn't turn.
So Joe
Although
said.
they're showing the turn north of Tampa, so
So this was Joe's sister's house. Jesus Christ.
where was that?
This was in back during Katrina.
Oh,
Katrina.
Yeah,
Captain
Yeah.
Joe's sister's house.
yeah.
Fuck, man.
Katrina was terrible.
Did they rebuild?
I don't know, but that is fucking insane, dude. Look how high that house already is. And that wasn't enough to keep it from getting damaged. Like, that thing probably would have had to been up where the roof was off the ground to be okay.
Yeah, the storm surge was almost 30 foot in Mississippi, I think it was.
Jesus Christ. That's
It went
crazy.
inland 3+ miles. Hey, it was bad.
There's a few houses in the Outer Banks that look like that, but they've been slowly being claimed by the ocean for the
All right.
last 60 years.
So here's that My Radar app again. Actually, I should probably change it back to the grayscale. Let me go back to that.
Yeah, I got it, Doc. I just messaged you back.
Where is the grayscale settings? Oh, here it is. It kind of looks better with the gray. This kind of looks better with the grayscale. What are you sharing? Are you sharing
Hold
this,
on a second.
Justin?
Yeah, give me a second. There we go.
Okay. So kind of how you know that the thing hasn't moved to the east yet is if you look straight south. Right here's the tip of Cuba. And when that thing came across Cuba, it came across right about here. So it's actually just a smidge west of where it crossed Cuba. So kind of this line right here is the 85 westing longitude, which is this thing has been going like almost perfectly straight up that longitude so far. So if you look where this tip of Cuba is and where the center of that storm is, the thing it hasn't moved to the east at all. There's zero sign of this thing turning.
Yeah, Dan, you
It
should
will
live.
turn.
Dan, you should live stream so I can share it on my stream. Dan's taking the Swell Pro Acro out.
Right now?
Oh,
Yeah, he's taking it out right now in the storm.
yeah, I don't blame him.
I want
Why
to see
not?
that.
So
Dan,
anyway,
Oh, you can't because it's analog. Damn it.
it hasn't begun to turn at all.
I thought you could because it is analog, not digital.
No, it doesn't have. He doesn't have the capability on that one to live stream.
Oh,
So this is how you know you're living first world. You're living in the first world during a natural disaster. This is what Dan's eating right now.
I made some Cajun ranch dip. This will be beautiful.
Oh, that
hey,
looks good.
Dan, that looks like nachos.
That looks good as shit. I'm not even
Nice
gonna lie.
taco salad.
Is that nachos or what?
It's a taco salad.
Taco? Okay.
Nice taco salad. Cajun ranch life. Little mountain of gravies here with some jalapenos.
Dan, I hope you didn't use too many peppers.
Yeah. All right, let's kick off.
I hope you got enough toilet paper for the hurricane.
He'll
He'll be
Oh my
shitting his
goodness.
pants later.
Let's go.
Oh,
Just
man.
remember,
No,
it
you
comes
said-
out just as spicy as it goes in. So
Dan's
I
gonna
would
make
not-
his own hurricane in the house.
I would
yeah, that's probably
a,
true.
A ghost pepper in there.
That's funny. I could just see Dan waiting for the who's that going? Hold on a sec. Somebody's
I
echoing.
don't think it's me. I got a
No.
YouTube up, but I've got it.
It's got to be Andrew then, because he's the only one that doesn't have headphones in.
StreamYards has had a thing where echoes every so often.
Okay, well,
It's been a thing for years and they haven't fixed it yet.
no, I said Dan's gonna be the only one during after a hurricane, waiting for the UN plane to fly over, dropping jalapeno poppers.
Ooh, Tim just had KFC.
I'd love tacos and burritos. Damn right, David. I'll hit up a taco
Yeah,
truck any day.
I'm with you. Soft
Dude,
tacos and burritos.
I will hit up a taco truck anytime. Those are you find some of the best food at those little food trucks.
Better food trucks. Because there's a few that will make your stomach off.
Yeah, that's you got to risk it for the biscuit though.
True.
Like especially when they have those food truck rallies where they get all the food trucks together. Oh, those, man, you can go around and try all the different kinds of food they got. I heard an echo for a minute, David. It keeps coming in and out. But if you wear headphones, then it's impossible for you to be causing the echo. It has to be somebody without headphones. So it's got to be coming from Andrew's side. Now, what's causing it? I don't know. Probably backfeed into his speakers or something.
The only thing I have on is my fan.
No, it's backfeed from you talking going back
Uh-huh.
into the I don't know, it's kind of weird.
Back
But
into your speakers.
yeah. But if you wear headphones, that will automatically get rid of echo issues. This is why most gamers use headsets instead of microphones and all that shit, because you don't have to deal with any of that.
Yeah, my earbuds are plugged
Yeah.
into my Blue Yeti mic.
I can adjust his mic volume up. Hold on. That should be a little better.
Hear me now?
Yeah, I turned it up a little bit. That's the one thing I like about StreamYard is you can control people's mics. Like when both of you first popped in, you guys both had background noise. I went in and turned that noise cancellation on and got rid of all of it.
Because I've noticed that.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
When you turn off reduce background noise, it gives you a louder mic.
Yeah, it does, but it's also going to pick up every little noise behind
Oh.
you. Like your fan, anybody walks, makes any little bit of noise, it's going to pick it up.
Can you hear
But
me
you
now,
can-
Doc?
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's loud.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, Tampa's getting quite a bit of rain at the moment. Actually, there's a big line from Fort Myers all the way up to Tampa. That's good because that's the area that needs rain.
Well, they need the rain.
It's just west of you, Justin.
Well,
It's almost a lake. It's almost a lakeland. So it's literally just west of you.
In Tampa, it's been raining since like 2:30.
Nah, they had one band go through and it quit raining for a while. It started raining, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half ago.
What time you get it? Yeah, what time does Tim get it? Let's see, it's 12 a.m. there. 12:19 a.m.
Australia time there.
You mean noon?
Yeah, p.m. My bad. Tim don't get off probably for like another 3-4 hours. Tim, if you're not busy, pop in from work. What's up, Mike B? How's it going, man? I saw you in the chat at the very beginning of the show. But you and Tim kind of popped in way before I started, so.
What's up, Mike B?
Justin, how long is a piece of string? I don't know.
Tim, it depends on how long you want it. You could make it half the length of your house if you want.
No, I'm waiting for some punchline to come on. He's too busy
Depends
typing
if it's a string
emojis.
phenomena from Star Trek. Does it really actually have a length? Because strings are only 2-dimensional. I don't know that length is one of them.
Oh, I'm gonna get up for a second. Stretch, but I'm still here.
You are? The hurricane didn't blow you away?
Nope.
Rats.
Not when you sit outside and scream like Lieutenant Dan. You don't have that problem. Oh yeah, it's really calm out here. There's like a light, maybe 2-mile-an-hour breeze.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah,
Nice walk.
like I said, my buddy who lives over on the east side of the bay, there in Tampa, he's like, "No, we've not had anything for wind." And they're getting rain, but it's probably a really light rain. Doesn't look.
They're
too
supposed to
heavy.
get rain for a good 14 hours tomorrow. Straight.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, because he's in South Carolina. That's why he's gonna get
A
the
friend of mine
tropical.
family friend lives in Palm Harbor, so
Good chunk of that's going right over you guys. I'm curious to see though, because now they're saying that it could go out and become like a Cat 1 and whip back around in a circle.
yeah. It could hook back around. I was trying to remember. My buddy and I were trying to remember what that storm was that did that a couple of years ago. Did the exact same thing.
was
Went
that
across
Ian
and then no,
or
it wasn't Ian
Matthew?
that came back around.
Yeah, it
But there
went
was
back out.
one that went out and then came back.
Yeah, it went out and came back and slapped him for a second time.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. It was a couple of years ago. I
So
think it
you're
came
in
back
Tam-
as a different name because it got downgraded and then it went back to a tropical storm and they gave it a new name. But it was effectively the same storm.
so same storm, different name. Why
Yep.
change the name? Same storm. You already named a hurricane.
Because it dropped below tropical depression strength.
Wouldn't it be still be tropical storm, whatever the hurricane name is?
Then it becomes a remnant of that thing. But if it turns back up, they don't use the same name. They give it a new name.
Well, we're already over halfway through the alphabet, so
Yeah. It's not
Yeah,
as
but
bad as
then
like 4 years ago when we went like 5 letters into the Greek alphabet.
yeah, then they have a whole nother alphabet that they use, the Greek one that they use.
Yeah, they use the Greek alphabet when they run out. Yep.
I know, you think they would just, use 10 more names, like, because they always pick random ass names.
Mm-hmm. So the center is almost straight west of Tampa at the moment.
See what Joe sent me. All right, Joe. Yeah, I'll show those pictures here in a second.
And
Sent
if you
me some more
believe
pictures.
the hurricane center, somewhere just shortly north of Tampa, it's supposed to start taking the right hook.
What's up,
So,
Trevor?
we'll see whether it does or not. Tallahassee could be in trouble. That thing don't start turning in the next 3 hours.
time will tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tallahassee's gonna get hit hard if they get hit directly.
Yep.
But Cedar Key's supposed to get absolutely hammered.
From the storm surge.
Yeah.
Which will happen pretty much no matter where this thing ends up. That storm surge into that part of the Big Bend is just going to happen.
From what I saw, it looked like the eye could make landfall on Cedar Key.
Yeah, it's not gonna now. It done would have had to turn. If it was
Or
gonna
just
do
north
that.
of just north of Cedar Key.
That's what they were saying for the longest time. But the models. Actually, that's an interesting question. I wonder if the hurricane
Because there's
models,
storm
spaghetti
surge.
models have updated yet.
Yeah, because the storm surge was all the way, like the storm surge warning was all the way from like Tampa all the way up the coast
Yeah, let's see.
going north.
Because there was
Oh, this is
storm warnings and watches
zero.
from Florida up to
Okay, so this one's updated
Bloomington,
as
Virginia.
of midnight. So that one says up there. What's this other one? Yeah, this other one finally updated. It's a bit further west. Two out of the three models have it west of where the Hurricane Center has it.
Yeah, because once it hits Savannah, they're expecting at least along River Street, which is the lowest part of Savannah, to flood.
All right.
Yeah, the bad part for Savannah and Charleston is it's going to be inshore, so they're going to be on the right hand side, which is the bad side.
Charleston, downtown Charleston floods all the time. Whenever there's heavy rain, it floods.
There's some more pictures Joe sent. Oh, that church got fucked up.
Wow.
That thing got gutted.
Yeah, Katrina just mutilated everything.
Is that a barge? A casino barge?
Um,
It almost looks like that's a floating casino. I don't know. That's
yeah.
weird. I don't know.
Unless it's on a slab. It's a
Yeah, that boat got
an old
screwed
ship.
up. Yeah, it's probably some touristy thing that's probably permanently there or something. Either that or that got washed up on shore.
Oh, this one hasn't updated yet. That's still 12 Zulu. The other one has though.
And that's what they've been saying too, Trevor, is once it starts hitting landfall, then it can decide to hook right. It will like it's almost like it's grabbing the ground and hooking itself, kind of the best way to describe it. That's what they've been saying too. I've seen a lot of meteorologists kind of saying that as well.
Actually, that's what this. Here, let me.
Do you think it'll hit as a Cat 4?
No.
They said if it was, it would just barely get over to it, but then it would immediately start dying off because it's hitting at that point it's hitting the mainland. So
Cat 3, honestly, Cat 3 is questionable. It might get right at the Cat 3, which is 111 mile an hour. It might. The intensity forecast. The problem is the intensity forecast have always historically been off. That's the one part of predicting these things that they're not very good at. Anyways, you can if you're sharing.
Oh, they got rid of the 3 on the map now.
Did they? They got rid of the big M? It's now just an H?
No. On mine it was a 1, 2, and then they were showing a 3 right before it hit landfall, but now they don't have the 3 on there. It's just a 2.
Oh,
wait. Franklin though is very
so
defined.
you can see this model, and this model is going kind of right at that tip, which is where Appalachia, whatever, which is a little southwest of Tallahassee, but that would put this thing damn near straight over Tallahassee if it follows this path. But this is kind of the path that it looks like it's doing, because it's still it's right here. See the tip of Cuba? It's like right there. It's
right above Cuba.
Yeah, it's right above that tip. So if you look on any radar app, zoom out far enough so where you can see the tip, and if it's still like straight north of that tip, that means it hasn't turned to the right yet.
It's a 2 officially right now, Trevor.
Yes, it's a 2.
Hey, TJ.
Okay.
What's up, TJ?
I think I
No,
said
here.
yeah.
So right here, there was a. Get rid of this stupid thing.
Oh yeah.
There
on
there
that
was a
one.
3 right here earlier, but now it's not there, so I don't know. Because they had obviously they had the 1, 1, 2, 2, and then it was showing a 3 here, and then going back to a 1 there. But now that 3's not there, so I don't know.
Yeah, the National Hurricane Center still has it marked as an M, which is major, which would be 3.
I'm
But
wondering if
Okay.
the hunters are in there now.
I'm telling you, the intensity forecast. Oh, here, let me share this thing again.
I know they were in there last night.
Well, good night, TJ.
There you go. Here's the latest intensity
Okay.
forecast. And this is what I've been watching and kind of going, I don't know that it's going to make a 3. They keep saying 3, but if you look on this intensity forecast, most of the models are sort of mid 2s.
Did Scott leave, Doc, or is he hunkered down over there?
Who? Jackrabbit?
Yeah, because he's saying
He's
if it keeps
hunkering.
going,
He's hunkering down. He had a live stream earlier.
is he
About
in a
8 o'clock.
storm surge area?
No, Tallahassee's not storm surge. I mean, he might be in a
Okay.
low. He could be in a low area, but it's going to be for them. It's going to be about the winds. And keep in mind, Tallahassee has got a shit ton of trees. That's what it's known for. There's all the trees over there, tree-lined streets and everything else. So
Let's hope Scott's okay then.
their problem will be trees falling over. Will be Tallahassee's
Well,
problem.
they're gonna need the tree guys then
Yeah, for sure.
and chainsaws.
So, anyways, looking at this intensity thing here, you can kind of see the whole bunch of them grouped up here in the mid 2s, and only like
Man,
2 going up into the Cat 3. So they're kind of overestimating it a little, but I get it. They're trying to make people sure that if you list it as a 2, people are going to ignore it in Florida.
man, I hope
Seriously.
it doesn't surge because yeah, he's saying that he might get some surge if it gets too high. Doc said,
Got it.
and
So
Joe said that was a casino barge.
I think it's likely gonna hit as a 3, low 3.
Low 3, right. It very well could be a low 3. And actually, it looks like 3 is 96 mile an hour.
Because I know a lot of people in Florida don't get serious about a hurricane unless it's
And 3 or higher.
almost a 4.
Almost a 4. And that's because all of the houses are built as Cat 3. They're literally built to survive Cat 3. So Cat 3 coming straight at you and running around on top of you, you're like, okay, my house is built to take that. So unless it's a Cat 4, I'm not going to worry about it. This is literally how the people down here will look at it.
Well, everybody keep Scott in your thoughts.
Yeah.
Or if you're religious, prayers.
Yeah. Tallahassee's going to get bumped hard. Even if it does turn where they think it's going to turn, Tallahassee's still going to be pretty bloody close to this thing.
And I was watching Ryan Hall's live stream earlier, and man, there were so many people in the chat that were like, you know, they were in evacuated areas that were supposed to be evacuated, and they're like, we couldn't leave. We'd have no money to leave or go get a hotel. Like, what are we supposed to do, you know?
Yeah.
And the hotel
And
rate's going to be high.
I feel, well, technically, you're not supposed to price gouge during a storm. You get caught price gouging like that, you're actually, there's a number you're supposed to call and report businesses for doing that. Because a lot of the mom and pop places,
No, I'm going to put it out in the morning.
they can get bad for that.
Because during Sandy and Hurricane Lee, they were in New York, upstate New York, there were gas stations price gouging, and they got caught.
But you know what's so funny is people were coming into Walmart when I was working there, and we had the what was it, the 32 packs of water for $3.50. And the guy comes in and he's just bitching. He goes, "You guys are price gouging." I was like, "Bro, it's the same price it's been for forever. What do you mean we're price gouging?" He thought 350 for 32 bottles of water was expensive. $3.50. I was like, "Dude, that's nothing. That's a good deal."
Exactly.
Because you'll get these people coming in, from these mom and pop gas stations buying up cases of water, and they'll take them back to their gas stations, be charging people $20, $25 for a case of water. We didn't price gouge at all. We just sold shit for what the price was, and then it was there until it was gone. And we always kept 2 pallets in the back room for employees. They were each allowed to grab a case of and pay for it before they left to go home.
You could just put a jar
Ice-
in the back saying
Ice water.
money here for water.
Well, we would always close way before the storms would hit.
There we go. Ice water.
So we would always keep two pallets in the back, and then that way employees could have a fair share. Because the problem is we wouldn't get off until the store was closing,
Yeah.
and so we wouldn't get an opportunity to buy water if we needed it. So certain essential supplies, we'd keep a couple pallets of each in the back, and we'd hold on to them, and that way employees had a fair, were able to get some basic supplies before they went home.
I remember a few years ago, my brother's friend was working as a pharmacist at CVS. Hurricane was coming to shore in Charleston, and they
See.
want her, being the only employee in the whole store, to be working the cashier at the front and the pharmacist in the back at the same time. And they're running the evacuation routes.
Don't see how that works very well.
In my area, Hodges, it's pretty calm at the moment. We had a few gusts of wind here and there and some rain, but it's pretty calm at the moment. A little breeze outside, that's about it.
The radar app says it's going to start raining in about 5 minutes in your neighborhood there, buddy.
But
a light rain.
The biggest person, of course, the one person we're the most worried about at the moment is Jackrabbit, Scott. Jackrabbit
He's in
FPV.
Tallahassee, and right now this thing keeps looking like it's going to keep trucking north, and Tallahassee will be, in a bad way.
Yeah, and Doc Murdoch said that he is in a semi-prone flooding area, and if the surge gets too bad, it could hit him. So let's just hope it doesn't.
Well, I guess that's one thing about the surge. Part of the surge is the impact directly at the shore, right? The other part of the surge is if you're along a river that empties into the ocean, the surge can come up those rivers pretty damn far. And so that's where it can end up being a problem for people inshore, but close to a river.
Joe said it's only 1 mile per hour now from being technically categorized as a Cat 3. So it's not too far off.
So it'll probably hit the Cat 3. It's probably going to hit the Cat 3 because the stronger it is, the less likely it is that it's going to turn. Right? It's going to keep going the direction that it's going. Kind of like a freight train going faster and faster.
As you said, Hot Rod, I think it's going to hit Appalachia or Panama City.
Yeah, it's well, I don't think it'll go Panama. I don't think it's going to go Panama City that far west.
If it shifts west, just a teensy bit.
Yeah, it's just east of Appalachia, or whatever, however you say that name, but which pretty much means it's going to run right over top of Tallahassee, because that's about where it will start turning when it hits land. It doesn't seem like right now. It doesn't seem like it's got any movement to the east at all.
How far south is Jackrabbit there, Justin?
I honestly don't know exactly where he lives at.
Oh, you said Tallahassee, right?
He's in Tallahassee.
Yeah, but I just don't know where exactly he's located
I
there.
know, depending on how prone it is, he may not be able to get flood insurance because they're so flood prone.
Yeah, who knows?
Well, oh, dude, homeowners insurance in Florida is just stupid right now. Anyway,
It's stupid right now. Yeah.
what is it? Was it Farmers? I think just upped and left Florida. What was it, about a month
Yeah.
or so ago, and they
I'm
were
lucky.
one of the biggest homeowners insurance companies in Florida.
I'm lucky. State Farm is still here.
Oh yeah.
I really
Although
don't know
they
what.
weren't here. They weren't here when I came in because they had moved out of Florida.
Honestly, I don't know what the hell they're gonna do to fix that. Because it's almost getting to the point
Citizens,
now.
what was the state insurance?
Well, that's what I'm
I
saying. It's almost going to get to the point where you're going to have to buy your insurance from the government because there's not going to be any
Yeah,
companies here to do it.
pretty much. Pretty much.
I could
Yeah.
see them leaving California, Florida, and maybe Louisiana, State Farm, because of how much flooding they get.
Well, no, see, the problem in Florida was it the housing insurance got kind of bogged down because all these people were doing those roofing scams.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't there some kind of law or something that if they found one little problem with their roof, the insurance company had to replace it? And so all these roofing companies, I think, were going around and they were claiming that the roofs were bad on people's homes and they were filing claims on them. And all these insurance companies were forking out tons of money for roofs and different things. I
You know
think
what?
that's what it was over, but I could be wrong.
That's interesting you say that because that's not just a problem in the South. Up in Fargo, North Dakota, every time there was some sort of major hailstorm, you'd be amazed at how many houses ended up with new roofs because they said the hail damaged the roof. People were doing the
Right.
same. People were doing the same sort of thing there, and the homeowners insurance was pretty high.
I
It's
could be
hard.
wrong, but I think it was something to do with that. I'm not sure exactly what the issue was with it, but
I'll just say I was a little surprised that my homeowners insurance was like $1,000 a year after living in Ohio.
I would not recommend you use Geico because one claim and they could drop you.
oh, most insurance companies will do that. It depends on what it
Neighbor
is.
did a claim after a part of a tree dropped on a shed. One claim over 30 years. They dropped him.
That doesn't surprise me. A lot of insurance companies have been known to do that. That's why some of I think Allstate at one point they were doing like on vehicles they were doing the accident forgiveness. You get the one-time accident forgiveness. It was
Yeah, State
Mhm.
Farm does the same thing.
right.
Yes.
Well, yeah, a lot of insurance companies have been known to drop you from claiming stuff. That's why some people won't go out and claim things, even though they can on their homeowner's insurance. They still won't do it. They would rather pay out of pocket because they don't want to lose their insurance.
I'll be surprised if the thing turns much.
So it's at 110 right now. Pressure 960. What is
It
that?
has to go.
Well,
Millibars.
in 15 minutes we'll have the official advisory from the Hurricane Center.
So is DeSantis going on TV tomorrow morning?
He was on there earlier today doing a briefing
Yeah.
with everybody.
I didn't know if he was going to do a briefing again tomorrow morning.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sure.
for sure. Yeah, they'll have all the different counties will be doing their own briefings, and he'll do a statewide briefing. Yeah, they'll definitely have something tomorrow. Because by tomorrow afternoon, it should
So
all be cleared out. But it's supposed to bring some nice, dry, cooler weather for a couple days.
That's the funny part about the hurricanes. Once they go past, you get some of the greatest weather ever because it drags all the humidity with it.
Yeah.
It's like a little vacuum, vacuums up all the crap and then runs off with it.
Speaking of the Panhandle, isn't Mar-a-Lago in the Panhandle?
No idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
No, I'm curious.
Oh, Mar-a-Lago, as in like
Yeah.
Trump's place? No, that's down by
Yep.
Miami. That's down by
Oh, you're talking about Trump's house. I was thinking of
yeah,
town.
that's down
Mar-a-Lago.
by Lauderdale, Miami.
Yeah, that's where all the rich douchey houses are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's way out of the way.
Yeah,
I thought
that's.
it was first, I thought it was much further north.
Oh,
No.
no. Some reason when you said that, I was thinking of town. I was like, I don't even know that town. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
It took me a second
Here's
too.
Trump's house. The golf course.
Yeah,
Golf course.
that's the one that he spends a lot of time at.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That and the one in New Jersey.
But I think that's one of the houses they raided down here during that
It
raid,
was.
didn't they?
It was.
Yeah, because that was pretty much his main house that he spent most of the time at. You want to talk about some supporters hanging outside that man's house too? Oh my God!
I bet there's a few stalkers.
Well, I mean, he's just supported pretty heavily down in Florida anyway, especially the boat community. Jesus, go out on the waters. That's all you see is Trump flags everywhere. I remember when they had that.
I saw a video of a Trump boat parade, and 90% of the boats had Trump flags everywhere.
Oh, dude, that
was
parade
down
got
Florida.
so massive. There were so many wakes from all the boats in the water. It capsized a couple of the small ones because there were so many boats in the water. It was insane. There was a couple of small boats that got capsized.
I was waiting for a couple of the big ones to capsize.
See, Scott will have issues with
Because-
trees and power, mainly unless he's in a low area. Tallahassee will get 7 to 10 inches of rain projected if storm does not make the turn. They'll get the bad side.
Yeah, if it doesn't
Yeah,
make the turn at all, they'll get the bad side.
and Doc did say he was in kind of a semi-prone area for flooding, depending on how bad the surge is or the
Hey,
rain or whatever in his area.
Trevor, are you in Florida?
No, he lives in Australia.
Okay.
I don't know about you, but I'm a man, so I live in Mars.
He said it'll make a right turn once it gets to Steinhatchee.
So far, it's not made the right turn.
I don't know where Steinhatchee is.
I don't think it's close enough to land yet to try to do that. Because they said it had to be over land pretty good, and then it would, like I said, it's almost like it's grabbing something and pulling itself.
Well, the path on the National Hurricane Center had it start turning just north of Tampa. And at the moment, it's kind of straight west of Tampa, maybe a little southwest.
So it looks like they got Irwin out in the Pacific. Looks like it may hit Hawaii directly. Because I see that they kind of updated the cone area. So it might go past them or it might hit them. I don't know. Because earlier when I checked it, they only had it out about this far.
It's
So
got
they've
an X.
updated it.
It's got an X on the latest advisory on Irwin, which means it dissipated.
They'll either get just clouds or they'll get a few showers out of Irwin.
This little bitch Evelyn just hanging out here being stupid.
See, 1, 2, 3.
And they got some more
Look right
coming
there.
off of. They got this
4
one
or
coming
5
off
right
here.
there.
Yeah, Evelyn's just tropical depression at the moment. And they'll go to a
Give
storm.
me
It's supposed to
11. Not
Watch
It's
this.
Oh, I thought
11.
I thought that
No,
was
it's
Evelyn.
11. No,
Watch
it's
the one in the middle.
11.
The one in
I
the middle.
read it wrong. I thought it said Evelyn.
The one in the middle looks like it's gonna go right.
Put your glasses on, Justin.
gonna wear on my glasses. That looked like Evelyn to me.
The one that was going with the Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic. Doesn't that look like it's going straight up to Europe?
Oh yeah,
'Cause
but it'll
that's where
just
they
be
usually
a.
end up.
If anything, it'll just be a storm by the time it gets up there. Just a regular storm, as it's gonna hit a bunch of cold weather up there.
Yeah,
Several of
exactly.
our
Cold water.
hurricanes end up up there.
Yeah, but by
Known
the
to go in
time
heavy storms.
but by the time it reaches them, it's usually just a
Is
storm.
it starting to rain at your house? The
Well,
radar is showing light green over Winter Haven. The dot
Well-
on Winter Haven.
let's check the camera real quick and we'll see.
So if you're on the east side of Winter Haven, it might not be raining. If you're on the west side of Winter Haven, it should be raining if the radar is accurate.
But the radar doesn't
Sometimes it shows up on the
can't
radar,
distinguish
but it's so
cloud
light
from-
it doesn't hit the ground.
See here. Come on. Oh, I fucking hate Eufys. On the app, everything works perfect, but their website isn't the best. A little glitchy sometimes. I'm on timeout so I can redo it because it always works the second time.
Theoretically, they should update the path here at 11.
It would have to shift quite a bit in order to hit Panama City.
Oh, you
it'd
bastard!
have I'll just say none of the computer models have had it that far west. Two of the computer models have it kind of right at Appalachia.
If it did, then it would hit go through Augusta and out to Myrtle, then out.
All right, so let's see here.
Augusta, Georgia.
Yeah, right now it's supposed to stay west of Charleston and go back out before it gets to Myrtle Beach.
A little bit of rain, not much.
Yeah, it's light green on the radar.
I think your neighbors are up, Justin. On the right side far.
What, down here?
Looks like a flashing light.
That's just a security light, and
Okay.
that dude that lives down here is a fucking asshole. He doesn't like kids. The guy that lives at the very end here, because it's like a cul-de-sac. It just ends down here, and you turn around up here. But if my kids and the neighbor kids go outside and play sometimes, and they've literally just been walking down there, and they'll walk along the edge of the road and come back up, and he'll call the lady that lives here, where this truck is. He'll call her bitching because he saw him on the cameras walking on the street. And she came knocking on my door one day, and I said, my kids can walk on a damn public street if they want to. And I purposely, after she said that, I walked out there, and I took the kids, and I walked the kids all the way down there, and I came all the way back. And damn if that dude didn't call, and he's been here for the last like month and hasn't come over and said anything to me.
Is he a druggie?
Hello,
No,
it's a public street. Anybody can be on it.
No, he's just an old. No, he's just an old grumpy bastard.
So he can't do that.
No, he's just an old grumpy bastard from New York. Thinks he can stomp on people's personal freedoms down here, but that's obvious. He's from New York. They're used to that up there.
Okay.
No offense against anybody from New York in the chat.
Nope.
He's just an old grumpy grump.
They haven't released the advisory yet.
No, he's a snowbird.
Sometimes they release it early.
He comes down here for parts of the year.
So I know he can only be there for like 6 months a year.
Well, he randomly comes down every once in a while.
That other residence is your permanent residence.
Yeah, but he'll come down randomly every couple of months. He might come down for like a week, I guess, to check on his house. But he's got cameras all around his house, just like everybody else does. And the first time he bitched about the kids down there, they were literally playing with a ball. They were out there kicking around a ball, and it went in his yard, and one of the kids went to grab it out of his yard. And because the camera picked the kid up walking in his yard, he flipped the fuck out. Called the neighbor lady. She came over complaining. And I said, okay, yeah, the kids will stay out of his yard. I didn't make a huge deal the first time. But then I watched the kids walk down the fucking street, walk along the edge, and come back up. And 10 minutes later, this bitch come knocking on my door complaining. I said, oh, hell no. And so I went back on the cameras and I double checked, watched the kids walk all the way down there, come back, because I got another camera facing the other
Did
direction.
you show her the footage?
No, I don't need to show her shit. I told her to tell the dude if he's got a fucking problem, he can come up to my door and talk to me. Stop being a little bitch calling neighbors. And like I said, the dude hasn't come. I stood outside the door like a week ago. I sat at the end of my driveway staring his ass down as he was driving by me.
There's a redneck way of doing it. Flash a really
Well, you hear about all these
bright
people bitch.
light at his house.
You hear about all these people bitching these days. Oh, kids don't go outside and play. But yet the neighbor, the lady that was living next to us, that has since moved, she sold the house and moved. She didn't like kids. She was complaining about all the neighborhood kids outside playing in the middle of the day. The guy down the street was complaining about it. But the kids weren't doing anything but just outside running around in the yards playing. I didn't see the problem
Oh,
with it.
Joe.
My kids go
Wrong
outside and
with
play.
that.
Trailer park material. Fuck off, JD. I'm just saying, my kids are very, very social media type kids. They're on their phones a lot and stuff, but they also do go outside and play a lot too.
It's
Like,
still
and I don't
1
have to
mile an
tell them.
hour short of Cat 3, and they just updated the advisory. Let's see if they updated the code. No.
But
Oh, look what's back.
finally,
Finally.
the chat unfroze. Nice. About damn time. Yeah, exactly, Doc. Like I said, my kids, I don't have to tell them to go outside and play. They'll literally put their phones down, get their hoverboards, their balls, their football, and all that, and they go outside and play all the time with frisbees and footballs and everything else. I don't have to tell them to go outside. They just do it on their own.
So
They go out.
theoretically, in about 3 hours, it should start turning.
You got that right, Doc. There's a few choice words, but they may
The
not
way
be
I look,
green.
if I live in a neighborhood and there's a bunch of kids outside and playing and they're not tearing nothing up and they're not doing anything, I could give a shit less if they walk through my yard. If they're not
Yeah,
bothering nobody and they're
exactly.
not tearing anything up and they're just out playing with the ball, they're running around playing tag, that's you want kids to do stuff like that. So to
Yeah.
come out there and just be a grumpy ass and for no reason, to me that just pisses me off. And like I said,
Here's language.
if I would have went on the camera and I saw my kids run up and like kick his door or something like that, I'd have been slapping the shit out of my kids in the back of the head. 100%. I'm not going to defend them if they do something wrong. But when they weren't doing anything wrong, nothing apparently wrong, and I could see them on the cameras and watching them, and they're just out there bitching at them just a bitch, that's when I got a problem with it.
Well, for Scott's sake, let's hope their forecast is right and that it turns. Because then Tallahassee would be on the left-hand side, which would be a lot better.
Joe,
A lot better.
Captain Joe, what do you think it's going to do?
I don't know. People are getting information from multiple different sources too, so I don't.
I don't believe
I-
I'll be honest. I don't believe the path that they have at the moment.
I'd be
The
careful with
hurricane
knowing.
models, the computer models show different.
Here's
See,
here's what
but Doc's
I'd
saying it
say.
was upgraded, so I don't know.
I'd say be careful with NOAA because sometimes NOAA will say it's raining when it's actually sunshine outside.
Yeah, the National Hurricane Center has it at 110, which is 1
Well,
mile
see, I
short.
think that's kind of an old running joke with meteorologists. Yeah, back in the day, but these days they're pretty fucking accurate for the most part. I mean, these new computer models and all this are running data. I mean,
They've got even more data, and this year they have even more data because they have the pilotless drone boats out in the ocean that's
I mean,
giving them data as well.
I,
They can literally drive those things
The
into the storm.
I think that's
They
just
should
an
use
old.
the Euro model because that's more accurate than the American model.
Historically, that is true.
Yeah, that's all. The Euro model has been pretty accurate for the most part. But like I said, I think that's just an old joke that's just kind of stuck around. But yeah, I would say that they're pretty freaking accurate about the weather these days. I mean, sometimes it does do shit that they don't expect it to do. But like I said, for the most part, they are pretty good at predicting.
At this point, it's going to be within 30 miles of whatever they're saying. The bad part is that 30 miles could put the thing over Tallahassee.
That's what I'm saying exactly, Doc. He said it seems like different sites are reporting the categories different depending on where they're getting their info from. That's why I said I could go to like.
Well,
There's been times where I've done that where, like, when I was at work and I've gone to see what the weather was going to be or the sustained winds were going to be that day. And because anything over 15, I wasn't allowed to work. I'd go to 3 different sites, and one would say 13, one would say 15, one would say 14. And I'm like, what the fuck? Which one do I go by?
Yeah, well, the
take
national in this case, it's the National Hurricane Center that is the party responsible.
it. You could just take the average and say it's going to be about 15. Or a little less.
Developing a second eye wall will spread out and intensify, moving into 88-degree waters.
Yeah, it is going to move into some hotter, warmer water, so it should strengthen.
I can't
But
believe the
the
waters
other
hit
part of that
3.
is the other part of that is strengthening also tends to mean it's not going to turn as fast.
You know, I can't believe the waters actually hit triple digits this year down by the tip of Florida. Down
Mm,
Wow.
Miami, they actually had hit
That
100 at one point.
101.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's almost like you're stepping in. I mean,
That's hot tub
to
water.
to be honest, though, I mean, in the summertime, swimming in the ocean, that's not that. But I mean, that's pretty comfortable, I guess. I mean, it's a
that's
little warm,
sauna.
but
100-degree water. That's sauna. It's like a hot tub.
I guess the answer is when we all wake up in the morning, we're going to know where this thing's at and where it's going and how close it's going to be to boom. At least on the Florida coast.
can you imagine a hurricane like that being in 100-degree water? Jesus Christ. That that would have been a Cat 5 almost instantly, probably.
If it wasn't for the wind shear from El Nino, this thing would be at least a Cat 4.
If it hit Cat 5, that would meet the
Because
same
that's what
strength
happened
as.
to Michael. It exploded going across the Gulf, going into similarly extremely hot water, just like it is now. It's just that
But if it,
the
it
wind shear from El Nino has been ripping all of them apart this year.
but if you remember Hurricane Andrew, if it beats Cat 5, it'll match Hurricane Andrew.
Yeah, but the size of the storms can be different too. You can have a Cat
Yeah.
5 that's relatively small in size, and you can have one that's just fucking massive.
They tend to be the higher the category, typically creates the smaller the storm, because again, it's like the spinning ice skater. It pulls everything in close. So the
And
slower it is, when they slow down, that's why when they slow down, the rain spreads out even further.
and Andrew is still one of the most damaging storms we've had yet.
Yeah. It and Katrina.
Joe's getting his info from the Weather Channel and National Hurricane Center.
I still think their path is wrong. Let's hope it's not. Let's hope it's right. Let's hope it
Well-
stays. Let's hope it stays east of Tallahassee.
You want to come up, Trevor?
The further east from Tallahassee, the better, because that'd be a little more out in the middle of nowhere, which would be perfect.
Curious
Not
how
that you-
Dan's flight's going on the Swell Pro.
Not that you want a hurricane anywhere near anybody, but at least if it stays away from all the big cities, the better.
And if you're watching, what are you seeing over there?
Probably nothing. It's dark.
And he's
It's not
probably
like
flying.
It's not like that thing's got a great camera on it.
It's likely
And
he's
flying in the dark.
Most likely he's flying with his phone too, so he's probably not on YouTube at the moment.
I didn't know if he'd have two phones.
Because yeah, but if you're out in like hurricane winds flying a damn drone, I doubt you're going to be worrying about what your other phone's doing.
I guess all it
phone?
really matters out of all of this. Hopefully everybody got out of the way that needs to get out of the way.
Yeah, I'm surprised Scott didn't get up and take off. But you know, it's hard for people to get up and just leave all their stuff behind, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that.
Matthew, I went over to Orlando, but Matthew was a Cat 4. 5 miles offshore. That was the big debate with Matthew. That was 2016. That was my welcome to Florida hurricane.
Where'd you move from? Where'd you move from there, Hot Rod?
I lived in Fargo, North Dakota for 10 years before that. I'm originally from Ohio.
My first one was what 5 or 6 years ago. Was it Irma?
Yeah. The ice storms seem to be the problem storms around here.
Irma was a weird hurricane. That was the one that went straight up the tip of Florida and it like pushed the water out away from the coast. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It came straight up the middle of Florida. Like it started at the tip and came straight all the way straight up Florida. And instead of creating water coming in, it pushed all the water out. And in some areas it pushed the ocean.
The big worry was Lake Okeechobee.
In some places too, I think it pushed the ocean out almost a half mile in some areas.
Oh, it's not raining much in Tampa right now.
Actually,
the radar shows that it is, but it's probably a really light rain.
Yeah. What's up, Matt? Matty.
Let me see here.
How you doing, Matty?
And actually, that's what you'd rather have with the drought. You want long, slow, light rain so that the ground can really soak it all up and the flowers and the trees can soak it all up. You don't want a massive downpour.
We just had part of a cool front come through this morning, and we got about 1.5 inches of rain.
Oh,
and now we could get more tomorrow morning.
What's up, Matt?
Who let Matt in here?
Oh, he's on Facebook. I was looking in the YouTube chat. I was like, what the fuck's Andrew talking about? Where's Matt at? But then I saw him. He was in.
How you doing, Matt?
Matt's a bum. Who let the bum in? Just teasing, Matt. Oh, come on. I call Justin a bum sometimes.
Yep. Let me see. Tampa actually had a live cam at the university. See if I can find it again. Yeah, so they got one actually right here on the water here. There's some kind of canal right here. It's the University of Tampa.
Yeah. So
Oh, I see where these. So they got Cedar Key and Horseshoe Beach. Horseshoe Beach is sort of north and northwest of Cedar Key. Horseshoe Beach, if the Hurricane Center's right, Horseshoe Beach is going to be pretty damn close to where it comes on shore. If it turns where they say it's going to turn.
JDS, you coming up or what?
JDS don't really ever come on the panels. He does every great once in a while. He might pop in.
As they say, he comes up for air.
He's come into Paul's live streams a couple times. I don't know if he's ever been in mine. He might have been once or
Cedar
twice.
Key is starting to get rained on.
Have you ever been to Cedar Key?
Nope.
Neither have I. Dustin?
I should probably go over there and
Yeah.
fly the drone though.
I've never been there.
I don't know if it's national park. You might not be able to.
Good point. I have to look.
Certain national parks say no drone.
Yeah. Hang on.
Like
Let me see here.
I don't think Yellowstone allows drones.
Well, there actually might be a lot of TFRs in certain areas tomorrow where you won't be able to fly anyway because of
The answer on
disaster
Cedar
areas.
Key is clear for takeoff. At least according to Before You Fly.
Hurricane Camilla hit Louisiana, Mississippi in 1969. The winds were picking up, and we were playing football in the front of the house. I punted the ball, and it caught a gust, and I never saw it again.
So apparently there's some little airport thing there, but there's no Cedar Key you can fly. 100%, you can fly.
Captain
No-
Joe, I bet
no
your
restrictions.
football went
I
into
should go
another
over there
state.
sometime. Looks like a nice place to go fly and watch the coast. Stay there for a sunset. Stay there for a sunset on that side of
The
Florida.
only thing I'd be worried about is if it's too windy. How you doing, Arizona Joan?
Okay, Justin, I'm gonna get out of here. That was enough. 11 o'clock came out. I need to go to sleep.
Yeah,
I need to take my recyclables out. I'm gonna wait until I take them out in the morning. Even though I don't think we're gonna get any wind at all around here. That was all I was worried about. Was
I don't
we'd
think
catch a
they're
little
gonna be
wind
picking
and-
up in the. I don't think they're gonna pick up recycling in the morning anyway.
I'm in the Daytona area, so probably they'll. I don't know. I honestly
Because they don't
because
know
they're not
what the
really shutting
storm's gonna
everything
do.
down. Yeah, there's a good
You
chance.
think-
I'm gonna take it out tomorrow. We'll see whether they pick it up or not.
You think the racetrack's gonna flood?
I think we're almost done with whatever rain we're gonna get here in Daytona. Seriously. This one band that's going through Tampa, if it breaks off and sort of continues to come east, we'll get another 1/8 to 1/4 inch, maybe.
Okay.
Hot Rod, you might want to go to JDS's house.
Yeah, you could have came down here and made
Made
lasagna for
lasagna.
everybody. You know?
Apparently, he made too
Lasagna,
much.
that sounds yummy. Anyways, I'm gonna get off here. I'll see you all in the morning.
All right, we'll see you later.
later.
I named storms and those after the worst because they are always late in August to the end of the season. Why don't you just eat frickin' lasagna for the next few days?
Or you can make spaghetti. I hope you used a meat sauce, JDS, instead of. Oh, hey, Bill.
And there's the link again if anybody wants to come in. Look like it's going to blow straight into the bend. Yep, looks like that. Although they did say, Bill, that it could grab, once it gets close over land, it could hook a little to the right. But they're not sure yet, so.
JDS, do you have the chef hat?
I will go for tacos. That sounds good. I want some Taco Bell. That's what I want, Doc. And we actually have 2 in Orlando and 1 in Kissimmee, which is only about 45-minute drive from me.
But then you're doing an hour and a half. Then you're gone almost 2 hours.
I don't give a shit. Taco Bell's worth the drive. And it's really good here, too. I've been
Plus
there a
the
couple of
traffic
times.
coming out of Orlando.
I can go to Kissimmee. That's actually closer. Oh, shit. You can't see shit out of this camera. This is Clearwater Beach.
Was it black? Almost black?
There's just so much
Oh, yeah.
rain. I mean, you can make out shit behind it, but it's just...
To me, what's behind it looks like the street. Maybe.
Yeah, I can't
Or it's
tell
the
if that's...
beach.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Hard to tell.
I take that back. Looks like the beach. It's either the street or the beach. That sounds like fun, Bill. I hope there's extra cheese on those tacos.
Yes, Taco Bell. Or no, Del Taco, sorry. Did I say Taco Bell?
Not the first time.
Okay, I was going to say Del Taco. We have a Del Taco. Those are mainly on the West Coast. But we have 3 of them over here in Florida. And it's really good, man. It blows Taco Bell out the damn water. So much better than Taco Bell.
We got at least a dozen Mexican restaurants around here.
All I'm saying, as far as fast food goes, though, Del Taco tastes way, way better than Taco Bell. It's so much better. It doesn't taste like a bunch of cheap processed crap put together. Although Taco Bell's good, don't get me wrong, it has its place. But
one of the best things I think they've ever made was that those cinnamon fries.
yeah, Del
Years ago,
Taco
they
is
had
the bomb.
They had those cinnamon fries from Taco Bell.
How do you think I felt, Doc, when I found out we had 2 of them in Orlando? Me and my wife drove all the way there just to have Del Taco one day. We went on a little dinner date, and we drove all the way there. It was a fun little trip. X-Wing, what's going on, man?
That sucks, Bill.
Yeah, if any of you guys are ever on the West Coast or down here in Florida near Orlando or Kissimmee, stop in at Del Taco. To be honest, like I said, I still eat Taco Bell because obviously I have one in my town. But if you ever have a chance to eat a Del Taco, very good.
I don't think we do.
No, you guys probably don't have them. I was super surprised we had them here. Yeah, I'm doing good, X-Wing. Everybody's more worried about Scott Jackrabbit FPV. Fortunately, he's right in the path of it. I mean, dead in the path. So
How far
hopefully
off?
he'll be all right.
How far off the coast is? I know he's near Tampa, but Dan.
I don't know. Oh, Dan, he's about. I think he said he was about 20 miles inland, so he should be good from a
so
water
he
search.
should be okay.
But
He
he
might
did
get a
say.
little.
But he did say
I
there
would-
was a lake near him that was a little concerning.
I would guess he'd get minor flooding at least. Because if he gets high amount of rain, that thing's gonna flood.
Well, he has. He said there's a lake near him that's a little concerning, but water surges aren't going to go 20 miles inland. That's pretty far.
Yeah. I don't know how far these bands are going. Imagine pretty a good ways.
So yeah, we heard the news over here in Australia about the cyclone, which we call them cyclones. Yeah. Here, yeah, we just hopefully pray and hope everyone will be safe. Yeah, it's the Tallahassee area that's the biggest concern at the moment. My area is probably just going to get some tropical winds, which shouldn't really, at worst, would be 80 miles an hour. That's at worst, but probably not even close to that.
Has Jim Cantori shown up yet?
Who?
Jim Cantori,
Oh, you talking Jim
the
Cantori?
weatherman, the guy from the Weather Channel, bald.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Whenever there's a severe hurricane, he shows up. You know shit's about to get nasty when he shows up.
He's right near the interstate, just outside of town.
But everything gets crazy whenever he shows up.
Yeah, I
So I
don't know
heard
who
he was
that
in
is.
Florida. He was going out to Cedar Key.
Well, I mean, any big weather person's going to be here right now because it's good news for them.
So I think late yesterday he was coming in and he was going to Cedar Key for today. Because otherwise today he couldn't have landed in Florida.
Well, I just hope there's not a lot of damage or anything too, where it's a quick turnaround on freaking getting everything back up and working because, we still have, as a nation, we still have Hawaii to worry about right now, and they are far more devastated. And I would hate for resources to get stretched so thin. You know what I'm saying? Because FEMA's already dealing with that crap over there. And that's
Doc,
already a big situation for us.
I'm not surprised, Doc. Are you? I'd be a little shaken if I were thrown by a tornado.
Oh, no doubt. Yes, there's been a lot of disasters throughout the year so far. I mean, we have been told here in Australia to prepare for a real bad bushfire season. We haven't had I haven't had much of a summer for 3 years now.
Most likely you're due for a dry summer, the X-Wing. Because every so many years you're due for a bad dry season.
Well, Australia is a lot of desert anyway, too, so.
Yeah. Other times it ends up being either balanced or way too wet.
Wish we had Del Taco here. Ate one at one in Vegas. Yeah, dude, they're so good. I mean, like I said, I still like Taco Bell, but if I had to choose, it'd be Del Taco every fucking time.
So Del Taco's on the same level as Taco Bell.
No, it's better. It's
so
fast food. It's fast food, but it tastes better. The quality is better. It's a lot better.
Higher quality fast food than Taco Bell.
Right. Yes, exactly. And the original ones were in where I grew up at. So like in Barstow and Yermo, California is where the original one started. And the one that's in Barstow on 3rd Street in Barstow, California is so busy. Oh my God, dude, that place stays just packed all the time.
They can either keep it or they can make another right next to it.
But yeah, they haven't branched too far out. But they're mainly on the West Coast. I think they're Arizona. I know they're in Nevada, California. I'm not sure if they're in Washington or Oregon or Utah or anything, but I know they're mainly in California, Arizona, and Nevada. It's the big
Okay.
areas that they're in. I think there's some in Texas too.
X-Wing, do you think that hurricane is going to hit Hawaii?
Yeah, Yermo technically had the first. That was the very first Del Taco, but the one on 3rd Street in Barstow, that's the one that everybody considers like the original, even though technically it's not. But yeah, they're really good. Yeah, dude, I was completely ecstatic when I found out they had him here. Oh my god! So that's mine and Sarah's little treat every once in a while. And sometimes I'd be in Kissimmee working near St. Cloud, and I would go out of my way from work, and I'd leave a little early, and I'd stop at Del Taco, and I'd get like 20 red burritos, and I'd bring them back to the house, and we'd snack on those things for a couple days. Oh, so good.
Doc Murdoch, I am seeing Del Taco in your future.
I wouldn't be surprised if you don't end up going and getting some right now.
If they're open.
Oh, looks like Joe's coming in. What's up, Joe?
It's the good word. What's up?
Can you hear us? Question is his mic working?
Is it working?
Yep, we can hear you.
Now we can.
A local guy, and local guys here have been through all the way back to basically past Katrina. And the biggest concern I've got with the thing is that at 18 miles an hour, is nothing to make it turn. It's like you got a house moving. You're not going to just stop it or slow it down to make it move if it's picking up speed. And what's happening is it's until it gets close enough to land, what's buffering off the land, it may turn then. But if it's 18 miles an hour, it's not going to have enough time to turn. So that's the biggest concern I see.
Ooh.
But the good news is the last report that our guy said, he thinks that if it does make the turn, it'll go east of Tallahassee, which means Scott is perfect. It's not going to be as bad.
Doc said tilt your camera down just a hair. There you go.
I might be undressed.
Everything's possible today.
You know, you never know. But whenever a hurricane, I've been through so many of them, it's like I get into hurricane mode, you know. And I've been watching this for about 3 or 4 hours now. And
Well, I
it's
mean,
just
look how many of them they thought was going to hit Florida and just went right around us and right up to you. I mean, you just never know with these things what they're going to do.
Well, I haven't been paying too much attention to the theory of it possibly flipping back. And then I went and looked at it a little while ago, making that loop. And if it does make that loop, it's going to come straight across Tampa, Orlando.
Yep. Which would be right where I'm dead in the middle of both of them. Polk County.
You'll get it on the back door.
Yep.
I bet it's going to cross Florida and then hug the coast up to Charleston and then go up towards Wilmington, Virginia, and hook out. Go out to sea.
Well, when Hurricane Katrina hit, I was working for the Today's Photographer International magazine, and I got a call when it was coming into the Gulf, and they said, "Where do you want a hotel at?" I said, "What are you talking about?" And they said, "Where do you want us to put you at? Because we need you to come back and shoot pictures." And I said, "Well, it's supposed to hit Florida." I went and looked at it, and I said, "Alexandria, Louisiana. Get me out of here." And it was the first time I ever evacuated in my house. In fact, the apartment I lived in, I put everything upstairs on one corner of the house. That was the corner the tree hit. But I was lucky I didn't really lose too much.
You're lucky you didn't lose the whole house.
Well, it wasn't mine, so it didn't make a difference. But I was in a FEMA trailer for about a year. It really wasn't bad. It was like I was camping the whole time.
My sister's still in a FEMA trailer from the last hurricane.
Well, they were selling it to me. I bought it from them. $600. They were giving me the trailer. And what they did is they turned around and said, no, we can't sell them because people are putting lawsuits in them for formaldehyde. Because they had formaldehyde they were using in it.
Oh,
And
yeah,
they
I
took
remember that.
they gave me my money back. So I was out of the trailer. And I've been in the apartment ever since FEMA put me in this apartment. And then about 4 years later, they paid for it for 4 years. 4 years later, they said, now you got to pay for it. So I went from not having to worry about anything to $900 a month.
Because they just brought 6 trailers into Lahaina, Hawaii.
Oh, you're
FEMA
good,
trailer
Doc.
wasn't bad.
You're welcome anytime.
Look at Matt. What's up, Matt?
Oh, he's talking on his radio, pretending he's working.
He's actually
No,
cat calling women. That's what he's doing.
Yeah. Looking for them lot lizards, trying to figure out where they're at.
Yeah, I used to have a mic in my car, and if they had somebody walking, I just hit it and make it crackle, and they turn around and look.
Trying to figure out when it gets loaded.
Now, see, I've always thought Matt was like a secret millionaire. I think he only does his job to blend in with the commoners, you know? Doesn't want to look too fancy.
You mean like undercover boss?
Yeah.
Dominic.
Yeah, undercover boss. He's probably the owner of the trucking company.
Speaking of which, there's one right below you.
I'm actually going to send Justin a few photos from my lunch. So,
oh, dick pics, nice. Okay.
Well, we all know Dominic's loaded.
You don't let that small Joe Pesci statue fool you.
There you go.
We all know.
I've just sent them.
Albert, we all know you won the lotto.
Righto.
What's up,
Can you hear
man?
me all right or not?
Yeah.
Okay. It's the first time I'm using the Bluetooth in this truck.
What is that?
No phone.
Is that pizza?
It's a chicken parmigiana.
Ooh.
It's basically
that's
chicken schnitzel with a bit of bacon and a bit of grilled cheese on the top. That's what the place looks like. It's in Brown Alley.
Looks like
Looks
looks like a picture
Also
out
the
of damn
last
Harry.
of that name.
It looks like
What's
a
that?
picture out of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It doesn't look
Yeah.
brown though; it looks gray.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
One
You
day
know,
he'll
Matt's
get a.
not in a truck. He's just got something at home that makes it look like that.
Yeah, it's a truck simulator. I told you that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Dominic, that
Even
looks
got
like
a
a
two.
hole in the wall kind of place.
What was that?
That looks like a hole in the wall kind of place.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty good
Like
place
that.
actually. It's a nice little
Where's that,
spot.
Dominic?
It's on the corner.
You have
What-
to know where it is to get in.
Oh,
Otherwise,
shit. Still
Nobody
sharing
will
the
be there.
screen.
Where is that, Dominic?
What was that?
I think he
Where
said,
was
where
that
were
you're
you at?
showing?
Where were you at?
Colonial Hotel in the central of Melbourne, on corner of Lonsdale and King Street.
He's checking on his women in the rooms.
Yeah.
Don't make me get my pen panned out.
Yep.
Now let's go and look for a girl.
Yep.
Maybe Matt will join him.
I feel for the people in Florida right now. It's going to be bad.
Oh, for sure.
Two years ago, I was laying on my floor by the door, had the dog door open so wind would come in because we had lost electricity by now. And I had both of the dogs laying next to me. And Ida was starting to really hit. And I have never heard a tree crack next to my house. And you should have heard it. The tree next to us right here cracked and landed right next to the apartment.
Wow.
And the dogs jumped over me, didn't know what to do. I looked out there with a spotlight and saw the tree all on the ground. And we were out of power for about 3 days.
I was out of power during Irma for a whole week. I went from Sunday to Sunday. I was the last neighbor. We were the last neighborhood in the city to get power. And I'll never forget it. It was a whole convoy of like 100 trucks, and they were all from Canada. And it was really cool. They came through the neighborhood, and they all had Canadian and American flags on the back of their trucks. And they came just barreling through the neighborhood. And they all went different directions, and when they got in there, they had the whole neighborhood back up and running within like an hour. Them boys really did a good job. They came all the way from Toronto.
That's a long way.
Yeah, they drove down in a big ass convoy. They had over 200 trucks down here.
Are you saying that it took the Canadians to come down to help you?
It did. Well, they technically, in reality, on a serious note, they have a Canada and the U.S. have this like treaty thing, like they help with natural disasters with each other. If something happens, they'll send resources to each other to help out.
Why wouldn't you? You know, your neighbours, man. You know.
As much as JDS pisses me off, I'll help him out if he needs them.
Because Toronto's a solid 24-hour drive from Florida.
Well, it depends on where in Florida you're going, because Florida's a long ass state. So
it's at least 20 hours just the state line from Toronto.
Oh yeah. I mean, sometimes you'll see you'll see companies from all the way from California come in. It just depends on how bad it is. But now the last couple of hurricanes, they've gotten really good at preparing. Like they'll get everybody staged first. They did a really good job on the last hurricane, getting people back up and running. They were really quick about getting everything fixed.
Well, my son said he saw at Sam's today, there was about 50 utility trucks, and they were all packing up, getting ready to go.
Yeah, that's good. Getting all ready to come down.
If they think that it's going to hit directly Charleston, they usually stage in Greenville, on the northwest side of South Carolina.
Definitely give your utility workers a handshake when you pass them, because you don't realize how much amenities you rely on that they're going to fix for you after something like that, you know? Water, power, internet, you know, all that stuff.
Or if you're stuck in the snow, they might pull you out.
Like, you'll see a lot of people down here, they'll bring food and water out to the utility workers from their houses. Like, they'll be out barbecuing and stuff, and they'll bring them stuff out. Because a lot of people will start barbecuing all their meats and stuff that they have. If some people don't have generators, they'll pack everything. And then if they get to a point where they have to cook it, they'll just have these massive cookouts so they don't waste the food.
I've heard of people doing that on the 405.
What was that, Matt?
Have you got a home phone line?
No, nobody has home phone lines anymore. They're all run through the internet routers
exactly.
now.
Yeah. That's dangerous right there.
Yeah, unfortunately,
That's
well, unfortunately, that's a big infrastructure that they kind of phased out over the years.
yeah, that's
If you have a
unreal because
third,
mobile phone towers can go down real quick, and then if your internet's out, you got no form of communication to anybody whatsoever.
Exactly.
if you have a 30-year-old house, most likely there is a landline in the house.
Yeah, but they don't
If you use your
actually
now,
maintain. Yeah, but they don't maintain them outside. And like we have an old phone line junction box in our backyard, dude. It's been abandoned for years, and the cover's like half off of it, and all the wires are hanging out. They don't even maintain them anymore. They've pretty much gotten rid of that whole infrastructure, just about.
there's a few utility boxes around here. They're literally just the cover and the whole pole is literally just sitting on the ground, just like this.
Oh, you can
Literally
go around
using like this.
you can go around my city, and there's tons of those telephone junction boxes where they used to connect all the lines for that particular neighborhood or street, where they're just completely abandoned, dude. I've seen so many of them where the covers are ripped off and all the wires are just hanging out because they've just been sitting there for years and nobody's done anything with them. Well, we got one that's between our fence and the neighbor's fence, like it's kind of in between the fence where it connects, and it's just kind of all jacked up. They don't do anything with it.
Because I know there's a lot that's an open lot nobody's built on yet, and across the woods there's another house, and he had an issue across the woods, so they ran a line from my side of the street across the lot, across the woods to the other house. Despite in front of his house, there's another utility box.
Just like the cable companies here have started phasing out cable boxes now too, because what they're doing now is if you have a smart TV or a Roku, they just give you access to their app, Roku, or you download it onto your Roku or your smart TV, and then you just have the full cable box within an app. So you don't even have a cable box anymore. You just have a router. That's it. Yeah, they're starting to phase out cable boxes now. So if you set up a new thing with them now, they don't give you a cable box anymore. What they're doing is they give you a password and a login information for the app. You download it on whatever smart device you're using, and you just log into it, and then it's just like having the cable box. It looks just like the cable box.
I get rid of 2 cable boxes. I just have one for DVR.
Yeah, you think about it though. Now you don't think about how much money they're saving not having to give people cable boxes, controllers, all that shit. They don't have to do that anymore. All they're giving you is a
Does that
router and
work
a
like a
modem.
DVR too?
I think what it has is it has like a cloud storage built into it. So you're using Spectrum storage. Matt, I'm gonna mute you for a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna get with them because they've raised my bill another $10.
Yeah.
And it's been going on and off for the last 3 days.
So what it is when you record, it just backs up to their cloud storage, and then when you want to watch it's there, like you have the menu for it. So you don't have to actually have a DVR box in your house anymore.
So are you paying extra for that cloud storage?
No, that's just included in it. I mean, I don't know. There could be some kind of minor charge somewhere hidden in the bill. I mean, who the fuck knows with these companies? You know, so cable companies and internet companies have been known for years for putting weird charges on your bill and hiking the price up for no apparent damn reason. You know.
Well, we have AT&T fiber that was put in here about 2 years ago, but I'm still with Spectrum. I've never changed it over. I may get with them because they've got some real good deals right now, and I might be able to get exactly what I've got for less money, and it'd be good for a couple of years.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to check into it.
I just
You
don't
got-
like change. That's my problem.
But where you can save money is buy your own modem and buy your own router.
Oh Jesus,
Because usually
JDS, what'd
there's
you
a
send me now?
decent $8 fee to rent
Yeah,
their.
I've got all of that, but I've
equipment.
got 2 cable boxes that hit me for $20 a month.
And here we
Kill
go
box.
again. With JDS had to send me another video. There you go.
Mm.
Where's
Now we're
Tim?
talking.
Oh, stop pausing. There you go.
Where'd he get pictures of my girlfriend at?
Tim Jackson, see the screen.
trying to run Matt off the road is what he's trying to do.
That's my neighbor in that other building.
I still think you moved into a co-ed dorm or a sorority house and you just don't realize it.
No, we got a bunch of ugly people in here now. When I first moved in 15 years ago, we used to all go out to the pool, have parties at night. And there were a lot of things going on in the hot tub.
Oh wow. Yeah, Matt, the Bluetooth isn't bad in that truck, it's just a lot of noise. Although I told him how many times to go out and get himself one of those nice trucker Bluetooth headsets. Got the noise cancellation in it. You cheap bastard.
Dominic?
Oh, let me unmute him so he can say something. There you go.
You don't want to hear what I've got to say, Mofo. It's noisy, is it? Yeah, that kind of sucks because I can't put anything. I can't use. I don't know. I've got to look at some way of mounting a bloody phone in this truck here because I think I told you yesterday all the vents run vertically, not horizontally, so my phone holders and shit they don't work.
Now you can get ones that will you can put the it's like a flat piece that sticks to the dash and then the suction cup will stick to that.
Yeah, no, the dash on these are like this, right? And they're perforated, right? So it's not smooth. So I don't think a suction cup would work on these at all because there'd be too many spots.
No. It gives what it does is they give you a plate and it has really high it's got that real strong 3M tape on the back and you put the plate on the dash and then the suction cup sucks to the plate.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think I'll put the 3M tape on his dash. So it comes off the lead marks, doesn't it?
You got another message there, Justin, from JDS.
You could always try Starlink, Doc. That's pretty much unlocked everywhere now, just about. Jesus, here we go again. Fucking JDS. Oh, this is the Matt's dream girl right here. Hold on. There you go. There you go, Matt. Go ahead and run yourself off the road.
That's a nice guitar.
Yeah, I'm not playing what she's playing though, because I don't want to get a copyright strike.
Scorpions. Okay. Just think about it in my head.
You know, there's so many chicks like that doing that on the internet now, playing guitar and drums and all that. And they all do it half naked.
Yeah.
I didn't know she had a guitar, but nice that you noticed that.
Yeah, we're not here to listen to the music.
I think Dominic means.
I was looking at the guitar.
There for the looks.
Not interested in the music.
Dominic's like, fuck the music.
As Tim would say, how you doing?
Yeah, that
You
noise.
just got to make sure it's not a ladyboy.
Oh yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, that noise cancellation does not work as good as Zoom's. I'll tell you that. It
Mm.
works, but not as good as Zoom's.
Yeah, having a
Hey,
lot of
Justin.
issues with my Bluetooth there.
It's just it's picking up a lot of noise.
Yeah, right.
Because it kind of sounds
when
like
my-
your window's down.
Yeah, no, it's closed. Everything's closed here. Pretty quiet in here, actually.
Well, when my son got home this morning, he was telling me about the shooting yesterday. He said the kid got hit twice in the upper chest, and the bullet went through him and didn't hit any organs. But he was spun sideways, and another one grazed his chest, and it actually stopped his heart. So they got him back at the scene. They were sitting him up, getting ready to put him on a stretcher, and they were bandaging him up, putting occlusals on both sides. And he said, "Am I going to need stitches?" And the paramedic said, "You may not need stitches, but you're going to have a good score to show people." And he went, "Oh, cool."
Well, at least he was upbeat. That's all that's important.
But he went to the hospital with 2 bullet wounds that went through and was released 4 hours later.
Oh wow, that's good
crazy.
though. Good thing they.
But they have 4 people in jail now.
That's lucky.
Blessed.
Yeah.
4 people in jail.
Almost a miracle. That almost never happens.
Yeah, when I worked DMS, we had a bunch of them that were shot kids, and that was years ago. People just didn't hear about it as much. We had a little girl walking into a store to get candy, and 2 people outside started shooting, and she got hit, and it fractured her hip. And that was a bad one.
Almost sounds like Chicago, Jesus.
Yeah.
Although you guys had a lot of problems, didn't crime kind of really spike real bad after Katrina?
After Katrina, it actually went down.
Oh,
Before
did it really?
Katrina, it was bad. The city was great, and it's bad now. It's actually considered the most dangerous state in Louisiana right now is Louisiana. Mississippi is number 2. Arkansas is number 3.
Wow.
That's why I don't go to New Orleans. If I go to New Orleans, I'll have to shoot something.
So are you, is it nice in your area then? Like,
Well, up here is pretty nice. It's I'd say more of a upper middle class. People have money up here. That's the thing. I wish I did, but people up here do. And it's starting to trickle in this way because, like I said, at the football game the other night after the game, they grabbed the kid with a gun at the game, and nobody knew it. The police saw it and grabbed him because he pulled it out.
dumbass.
So in Covington, which is about 10 miles north of us, they've got a nice hood going on up there. There are a lot of drug deals. And then you go another 30 miles to Bogalusa, and Bogalusa is out of control. So it's trying to trickle down, and they have gang wars back and forth. Jesus. And my son is at the police department right in the middle. And every time he walks out, he says, "I'm going to get some bad guys." I think he's been actively on the force now a year, and he's got, I think, 42 felony arrests. Him.
Oh wow!
Is he going? Is he gonna try to get on SWAT?
He's on street crimes. So when he left yesterday, he ran in, grabbed the street crime stuff. He ran out of here all dressed in green, everything, the helmets, the whole works. He took off because they were going after they had the whole, because there's only like 5 major roads that go into Covington. And as soon as it happened, St. Tammany came in and blocked everything off. So they knew the guy was still in Covington.
Now, I'd have to assume if he was going to be on SWAT, though, he'd have to get a little bit more experience under his belt, right? Before they would consider somebody.
he's got to go to SWAT school. That's the thing.
Right.
And he's on the list. They want him to go to it. But he told them the other day, he said, I don't want to go to it because if I have to go to it. I've got more arrests than this other guy, and you just put him on. So there's a lot of turmoil going on with a few people up there.
Okay.
People are starting to pick favorites. He actually told him, he said, I left the fire department for less shit than this.
Like I said, tell him, come down here. Grady would love to have him.
Well, he's been offered a couple of jobs at different other places.
Oh yeah,
He
great.
knows what he's doing.
That was one of the things Grady down here was doing, dude. He was like, if you're in an area where you feel like police aren't being respected and you want to, said you come down here. Because down here they are respected. The cops here get respect from people. We don't treat our cops like shit down here. I don't know if it's the same in your area, but you know how it is in some of the areas around the country. You know.
Well,
What's
the funny
up,
part about
Dom?
it, he got a haircut about 4 weeks ago at one of the barbershops up in the hood area.
Hey, Don.
And when he walked in, a bunch of the guys that he's arrested, a couple of them just kind of looked at him. And he said he looked over at him and said, hey, brother, got to get a haircut. And he went in there and got his haircut. And one of the guys in there was the guy that shot the 10-year-old.
Oh, Jesus.
That was in there. But he went in the hood because one of the guys he had stopped, and the guy said, look, thanks for giving me a break. If you ever need a haircut, just come to my shop. I'll give you a haircut. So he went to the guy's shop.
Free haircut?
And got a free haircut.
Now, are they doing a decent job down there actually keeping people in jail for severe crimes, or is it kind of a revolving door issue like it is in
These
some
guys aren't
areas?
coming out for a while. They're going to be in jail.
So they're holding people accountable is what I'm saying. Like, so, okay. Because
Yeah,
you know how it is
trouble,
in
you get in
some,
trouble.
yeah, because you know how it is in some areas around the country right now. They're just not really prosecuting the way they should be.
Now that's up here. 24 miles south of New Orleans, you get in and out.
Okay.
New York City's that way.
Oh yeah, you drive around like especially the town I live in, and you see a lot of like back to blue signs and we love our sheriff, and you see a lot of that around here. There's a lot of respect for the cops around here, but you know the especially our sheriff, you know, he'll hold his guys accountable just as quick as any normal citizen. You know, they do something stupid, dude, he's all over their ass. He don't play around. Like they have to follow the letter of the law to a T. Otherwise, they'll get in just as much trouble. And he'll tell everybody about it. He'll blast his guys all over the news just as quick as a criminal. Very transparent.
Recently our sheriff got into a drunken tirade fight with a guy at the local boat ramp. And so over that, he said a few things he shouldn't have. And so the city council got word of it, and he resigned before they could fire him.
You know, actually, I think there was a police chief that was down in where Joe lives, the where they do Mardi Gras. Fuck him now. You just said it a minute ago. I'm having a mind blank. New Orleans. I think it was in New Orleans. He got arrested for killing a homeless guy. He was actually a police chief from another state, and he was there on vacation. I saw a video the other day on YouTube. It was body cam footage, and he got in some drunken fight with a homeless student, like beat the shit out of him and killed him. And he actually called the cops on himself and told the cops when they got there. He's like, I think I killed somebody.
On the cops, he is the cop.
About 15 years ago, I was down in New Orleans doing Mardi Gras, and my automobile, underneath my seat, I had a compartment that you could put my gun, and it was bolted in, so you couldn't even see it because they had a piece of cloth over it. So
Right.
if somebody stole a car, unless they knew the gun was there, they wouldn't even look for it. So because you can't carry it on a parade route.
Right.
So I was walking back as I got to my car. Two kids come walking up, and they were about 12 years old. My kids are in the car. I had just taken the gun out. One of them reaches down. I see the handle of the gun in his waistband, and he says, "Hey." And I looked at him. I showed him mine. I said, "Mine's bigger than yours." You should have seen how fast they turn around and run.
Yeah, I've seen some of
But
your guns. You
that
got a
was
nice little
15 years
collection.
ago. That was 15 years ago.
Yeah, what was that one that you showed us that day? I think it was a 38, wasn't it?
357.
Or 357. Yeah, that was a nice ass gun. And
Yeah,
then
I had
your
the one I had that day was a 9mm, 17 shots. And I picked
yeah,
it up and went, "Mine's bigger than yours." And he just turned it. Gone.
and then you had your
Uh,
the AR-15. Oh, that was a nice
Yeah,
gun.
it's called a Blackout 300 AR-15. It shoots a bigger round than a 256.
Uh-huh.
It's out. He was out at the range. Justin went to the police range a couple of weeks ago, and he was shooting it out there. And they said, "Stop shooting the metal targets. You shoot the bullets are going through it." That's how powerful that one is.
Oh, that's
Because
funny.
they weren't spinning, and because it was going through it.
He's just out there screwing up their targets.
Those $1.50 a round too.
Oh yeah, that's not
Crazy.
cheap. Oh. That's why I love shooting 22s, man. Fun little target practice, and they're cheap. About as cheap as you can get.
But you see 9mm? Oh Lord help me. He because he works for the police department, that's what they shoot. He's probably got 20,000 rounds here.
Oh wow, shit.
Minimum. Because he had 30,000 rounds when he started the police academy. They gave him 30,000 rounds. He walked up and downstairs 4 times.
Did you see that recent body cam footage of the 4 cops were on that just random traffic collision, and that one dude ambushed the 3 cops, and then the other cop flanked him and put 31 rounds into this dude? Just fucking mag dumped two magazines on him. Let me see if I can find a video. It was crazy though.
Wow,
Justin's
that's
got an
nuts.
extended clip on his, and I think he has 20 rounds plus one in the chamber.
Let's see if I can
plus
find
3
it.
other mags on him. So he's loaded up.
He's loaded with bear. I bet he has a shotgun too.
Yeah, right here.
He's got the shotgun in the car. He's got an AR in the car. I can't tell you how much ammo he's got for those, but he's at any given time he's got 60 rounds on him, just for his 9.
He's ready for anything.
Oh yeah, they're kind of intense.
Oh yeah, this is the video here, man. This was crazy.
And where we live at, there's so many agencies. You get in trouble, it's going to be 15 cars pulled on you.
So you're in the middle of 15 agencies?
So you got the
5.
3. So you got 3 cops over here, and then one of the not say victim at the time, but she was just a passenger of the vehicle that got in an accident. And of course, this is a 4th cop's body cam footage. I love this channel, Police Activity, because they actually show raw body cam footage. They don't always blur it out.
That's
interesting.
You see, they're just on a normal just a traffic accident, and there's the fire department. But
that's a nice BMW. Expensive.
Right here is where all hell breaks loose. Now that's the guy right over here in that car. And he was on his way to do a mass shooting, and instead he decided to go after these cops. Did you see that car? That car was like, fuck this.
You boys said, oh, hell no.
I never noticed that. But yeah, unfortunately.
Person in the car is like, what?
Now,
What are you doing?
one officer did pass away, but the other two were released with after a little bit. But yeah, this dude keeps moving and he reaches for a pistol again. After he already put like 5 or 6 rounds in this dude.
He's trying to crawl away.
Argo 534, 3 officers down.
And then of course he flanks back to reload. But then this dude's still moving, and this dude had so many rounds put in him. And he's still fucking moving. Look at that. And they wonder why cops carry so much ammo on them. For that one reason right there.
Messed up a nice Mercury right there.
Drop a gun! Drop a
Jeez.
gun!
He must
I'm
have
sorry.
Some sort of drug.
I wouldn't have blamed the officer if he would have just walked up and headshot that dude. But he ends up getting a headshot on him right here. And the dude's down. But that's just pretty much the end of the video. But yeah, unfortunately, one cop did pass away, but the other 2 were critical condition for a little bit, but then they were released from the hospital.
I tell you, you got to respect them because I can't see how you do it.
Yeah, that's.
He had better aim than some cops do.
Oh yeah, because he actually hit the guy when he took cover behind that Mercedes. He came up and he started firing over the hood. He actually hit the guy 3 or 4 times. At that moment, they think he hit him about 3 or 4 times, and then he went down. But dude just wouldn't stop. And then they're wondering, there's you got these people around the country saying, oh, cops don't need to carry all that ammo on them. They don't need to have guns that can shoot that many bullets. Bullshit. That's exactly why they need them.
I know there's a few cops in Charleston which they go into the local range, and my brother's seen them there, and their accuracy rating is like 30%.
You're saying the cops' accuracy is 30%? That's pretty shitty.
Yes. Yeah.
They shouldn't even be on the street if they can't. If they're not shooting in the high 90s.
I don't know.
And my son came out of the police academy #1, and for the range, he hit a perfect score twice.
That's good
when
too.
they recertified after he got on Covington, they had to recertify. He tied with the chief for the high score for the. He had like I think you have to hit all 5s. It comes down to where the first shot he got a 4 instead of a 5, so he missed the perfect score by 1 point, and the chief did the same thing.
What if he outshoots the chief?
Nothing.
He's probably going to.
Probably get a
Does that
run.
mean he's top shot in the department?
He's about to be exactly a year on, so they're about to do the yearly awards. I'm pretty sure he's going to get something. He might get Officer of the Year or something.
That'd be pretty cool.
But he was #1 out of the fire department academy. Got a bunch of awards for it. When he came out of the police academy, he got like 4 awards: physical fitness, all kind of stuff. And he was #1 again.
I would say that the silver lining to that, like, granted, it would have been awesome if the cops catch that dude before any of that went down, but he was on his way to a big street festival. So it could have been worse. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it sucks that officer died and the lady, and okay, when I forgot about the lady too, the lady did get hit, and the other 2 officers did survive. I mean, but like I said, the silver lining is at least he didn't go nuts in the middle of a crowded area and took down 100 people, you know?
Well, he did save more people than that you could count.
Like I said, that's if you could take any silver lining out of it, that would be it. But I mean, I hate that that officer had to die over that. That was because they weren't expecting that. I can't. No human can be on their guard 24/7. You know what I'm saying? It's just they thought it was a simple traffic accident. They weren't expecting that, and can't really blame them for anything. I mean, they weren't that they didn't need to be on their guard at that particular moment like that.
Yeah, there's accidents around here all the time. Like every day.
I mean, no matter how much training you have, at some point during your job, you're going to let your guard down at some point, whether anything happens or not. But it's going to happen. You're going to, just be talking to a civilian, a local citizen. Hey, how you doing? Having a friendly conversation. Somebody could come up behind you and you just don't know it. That's letting your guard down unknowingly. Not really meaning to doing it, but it's going to happen. That's just human nature. I mean.
Unless one of us has eyes on the back of their head.
Let's see what it looks like outside right now. I haven't looked on the camera outside for a minute. So what's we got any significant weather updates yet, Joe? Because you've been doing a pretty good job watching that shit.
Yeah, I was watching it just now, just expecting it to be 130 miles an hour in the morning.
And it's supposed to hit around 6, right? Like really hit.
I didn't see it.
As they said, between 12 and 6 in the morning was what I was hearing last. But I think the 12 o'clock is like when the big bands are going to start hitting the actual coastline. But I want to say like the eye and all that wasn't supposed to hit the coast till like 6 or something.
Just put in the chat a link to the Clearwater, Florida beach cam. Take a look at that.
Yeah, right. Let's see that.
Conditions right now, I know, are not bad in Lakeland. About 40 miles inland.
Only thing that sucks about this camera is it's fucking hard to tell what you're looking at. There's so much rain hitting it.
Because at the moment, it looks like it could be snowing.
Oh, that's horizontal rain.
That almost looks like a pier maybe in the back. I don't know.
That's actually the beach and the waves coming in.
Oh, okay.
Because if you look in the far distance, you can see the waves almost.
Yeah, I can make them out now that he said
Carefully.
that.
Yeah.
Look carefully.
But
Just
that's
really
Clearwater
hard to
Beach,
tell.
Florida. That wind's blowing there already.
So this camera's attached to the dock.
Yeah, it could be.
It's on the 6th floor of condo.
Oh.
It is showing Safety Harbor, Florida right now, and all the palm trees are moving around. And it's getting, I don't know where that's at there, but it's raining pretty good and getting a little good gust now too.
Yeah, see, it's just a slight drizzle outside right now. I don't even see the trees moving.
Is that your car in the driveway, Justin?
Yeah, this is our driveway here. And that's not my car now. But this is our driveway here. I have another camera that faces this direction, but it's actually on the charger right now, charging. So it's not outside, it's in the house at the moment.
I thought it was interesting. A local police department almost to the hills just bought Tesla police cars.
That don't surprise me.
Well, guys, I'm gonna sign off. I'm going to bed. I want to get up and fly some drones in the morning before all this crap happens again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it too because it's already it's already midnight. So
Every time I get up to go fly a drone, I hear lightning. I mean, hear thunder. So I say, oh man.
All right.
Hey,
Yes,
prayers
Matt.
for all there.
All right. Well, I'll see y'all later. Everybody
Thank you.
out there, if you're in Florida, have a good night, and we'll see you guys
Yep.
again next
Stay
time.
safe.
Yep. Wrong
Stay
button.
safe, Matt.
Later, guys.